Yo, what's up, everyone? It's Legacy Shinobi here, back with another gripping What If? Today, we're diving into what if Naruto was sent to blood prison after failing to rescue Sasuke. You already know this one's gonna be packed with emotion and intensity. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're loving these what ifs. Alright, let's dive straight into the story. Why is that? Sasuke asked. Your main element are fire and lightning, and you have only these scrolls. I know what you mean. I think I will go and learn another techniques. Yes, you better train. After all, we are no longer in the same team, and we will be against each other on Jonin exam. Naruto said with grin. Sasuke sees this grin and flinched a little. Why yeah? I should get going to train? Sasuke said and laughed nervously a little. Same here, I need to learn this jutsu you gave me. Naruto got up and is leaving but stopped right when he opened doors. Sasuke, better train hard because when we will fight it won't like a fight we fought week ago. Naruto said and left Sasuke's apartment. Naruto sighed in relief and laid on couch up. He is scary. Hey, why I'm so frightened about him? I'm Uchiha Elite. That's him who should fear me. Just wait, Dobe, I will beat you on this exam. Sasuke thought with new confidence and went to train and learn new jutsu. 1 week later, 7 a.m., Naruto's apartment. Naruto now is eating breakfast, but someone knocking on his door. Come in, Naruto shouted. To his apartment enter Anbu with dog mask. Naruto no Yoko? Anbu asked. Yes. Something is wrong? No. Hokage ordered me to tell you that Jonin exam starts on 12 a.m. Anbu said. Thank you for reminding me. Naruto said and Anbu nodded before disappeared. So it's today. Naruto thoughts with insane grin. I hope some ninja from another countries will be here as well. I still need to kill 4 people. Sadly, I can't kill Konoha ninja, or else someone will have suspicion that I want to betrayal this hellhole. Naruto thought and went back to eat his breakfast. To Naruto 11 a.m. Naruto is now walking towards Academy. Everyone is staring at him but Naruto ignoring everyone, not paying attention to everyone. Someone bumped at Naruto. Naruto stood still but person who bumped at him fall on his harass. Naruto looked down and sees blonde-haired woman. I'm sorry. I didn't paying attention, woman said and rubbed her head. You don't need to apologizing to me. Naruko, Naruto said to his sister. Naruko is confused that this person know her name and looked up at man's face. Naruto-ni, she said and stood up quickly and hugged her brother tight. Yes, it's me, he said and hugged her back. By the way, what are you doing here? Exam is starting in 1 hour. I was going for you to take a walk with you to the academy, she said and smiled. Okay, so what are we going to academy now? He asked. Since we still have 1 hour, maybe you want to eat something, she asked. Sure, why not? Naruto said, and with that they went to barbecue restaurant not aware that there are Konoha 12 and their senseis along with Naruto's former family and Jiraiya. Barbecue restaurant. Naruto and Naruko walk in restaurant and they saw others. Great, Naruto murmured. Naruko, can we leave? Naruto whispered to her that they can't hear them. Why? She whispered back. You know why, he whispered. I know you won't forgive them but they are my friends and family. Naruko whispered a bit sad. I know, but still I don't want to be near them. Naruto whispered. Okay, if you don't want we can go somewhere else, she whispered. No. If you want to be with them I don't stop you. Naruto said. No, it's alright, I prefer to spend time with you to get to know you better, Nizan. Naruko said with smile and Naruto nodded. They are about to leave, but someone called their name. Naruto. Naruko. Come here. Someone from table where were Naruto's former friend and former family. Naruto turned around and sees that Kushina is waving her hand towards them. Naruto glared at her, and then at Naruko who looked back at Naruto. You sure you don't want to be with them? Naruto asked. I don't know, but I want to be with you, but you don't want to be with them. So, let's go somewhere else, okay? She said with a smile. Naruto nodded, and then glared at them before they turned around and left. To others, they saw Naruto and Naruko talking about something when Kushina called them. You think that they come here? Minato asked. If Naruko is with him, I'm sure he will come as well. Kushina said. They saw that they finished talking and that Naruto is glaring at them. Then they saw that Naruto and Naruko turned back and left. I understand that Naruto don't want to come but Naruko? Kushina said a bit sad. That bastard stealed my sister. Minma hissed from anger. I understand why. Shikamaru said, and everyone stared at him. Really? You don't know what this means? Everyone shook their head as no. Troublesome. It's simple. Naruko didn't see Naruto 19 years, so she want to know better her brother. But she know that he don't forgive us, so they just leave due to Naruto's hate toward us, Shikamaru said, and everyone nodded with agreement and went back to eat. To Naruto and Naruko 20 minutes later, they walk out from random restaurant. That was good ramen. Naruko said, I see you love ramen like I used to. Naruto said, Yuta loved ramen? She asked, and Naruto nodded. Then why you stopped eating ramen? Let's go to Academy and I will tell you on our way there, he said, and Naruko nodded. They stretched a little and starts walking towards Academy. In past I ate like 20-30 bowls of ramen per dinner. But this changed when these bastards sent me to prison. I used to eat in Ichiraka ramen, but when I saw them cheering that I was sent to prison, I just stopped loving ramen and started to eat healthy dishes. Of course I ate ramen in prison, but not that much like all those years ago. Naruto said, and Naruko listened. She is now a bit sad that this village caused so much pain to her brother and that they betrayed him. That's sad, she said with sadness. Yes. Yes it is, he said. That's why I will never trust the Magian, and that's why I want to go solo on this exam. Then why not with me and Minma? She asked. Believe me, I want to be with you in team, but Minma? It's another story. Naruto said, Yeah. I know what you mean. Sometimes I wonder if he really is our brother. Naruko said, Yeah, I too wonder. Naruto said and rubbed his chin. They didn't even realize that they are in front of Academy. Naruto looked up and said, That was fast. What? Naruko asked, but when she saw that he looked at something, she realized that they are in front of Academy as well. Let's go, Nizan, she said, and walk in the Academy. Hi. Naruto said and went after her. Academy Room 101, 11:40 a.m. Naruto and Naruko walk in Room 101 and saw that they are first. They sat in first row near the window. It looks like we are first, Naruko said, and Naruto nodded. I wonder what will be first part of the exam. If I have to guess, this will be writing part. Naruto said, Why did you think that? Naruko asked, No matter if this is Jinin, Chunin, or Jonin exam, first part always is writing. Naruto said, Did you know what kind of questions we can have? She asked. I think questions will be on Jonin or ANBU level, he said and rubbed his chin, but I'm not sure. When I was taking Chunin exam, some questions was on Jonin level. Let's hope this part will be easy. Naruko said, Yeah, let's hope. Naruto said and laid on bench they sit. Wake me up when more people come. I will take a nap. Naruto said, Sure. Naruko said, and observe his brother. He saw that he is somewhat handsome when he is asleep, and that caused a little blush on her cheeks. He is so cute, she thought, but quickly turned her sight back on desk. Wait, no. He is my brother. I can't think of him that way. She then again looked at him, but still, she continued to stare at him for 10 minutes, but was interrupted when someone opened the door. She looked at door direction and saw Konoha 12 and her brother Minma. She then looked back at Naruto and started to poke him. Nizan, they started to come, Naruko said, and he wakes up and sat on bench. Naruto looked at the door and saw people he didn't want to see for a long time. Then someone from the Groppu with blonde hair shouted, Naruko, can we sat besides you and Naruto? Ino asked. Naruko looked at Naruto and saw that he really don't want to be near them. Naruko again looked at Ino and shook her head as no. Ino then nodded at Naruko in agreement, and they went to opposite side of the room. Naruto, maybe at least you should not forgive them but accept, Naruko said. Naruto looked at her confused a bit. Accept? What do you mean by accept them? Naruto asked. Like talk with them but not that much. Don't look at them with death glare, this kind of stuff, Naruko said with smile. Should I? Naruto thoughts, maybe when they think that I forgive them my plan will be much easier to complete. I will think of it but not now, Naruto said. Few seconds later, room was filled with shinobi from other villages such as Sunna, Kiri, Kumo, Iwa, Kusa, Aim, Taki, and other Konoha ninja. Naruto looked around to see if he recognized someone, but after some time he can't. Another Sunna ninja walked in. Naruto looked at them, and he know who it is. It is Gaara, Temari, and Kankuro. They sat in last row near the window. They didn't recognize me, but what can I say? I have scar on left eye and white. Really long hair along with brows. Also, maybe he didn't fill QB chakra since QB died. Should I go talk to them? No, better no. But they know that I'm free? Ah, this is so troublesome. Naruto thoughts. After team from Sunna walk indoors was locked that no one can leave. After some seconds in the middle of room poof of smoke appeared, and when smoke dropped there was shinobi that Naruto know very well Hatake Kakashi. Hello everyone. My name is Hatake Kakashi and I'm instructor for this part of exam. Kakashi introduced himself and continued to speak. This will be writing test. If you have team better if you would like to sit next to each other. Or if you have friends among other teams, this is good too. Now to the exam, you will receive test with 3 questions. If you will be able to answer at least 2 questions, you pass. Oh, one more thing, if one of your teammates will be cheating or don't answer 2 questions, your team will fail. In this exam, I can see that we have about 94 teams. Quite well. I hope at least half of you will pass. Now, as you can see on every side of this room are ninja. They will observe all of you to make sure you will not cheat. You have 3 chances. If you reach 3, you and your team fail. You have 1 hour to answer these questions. Kakashi said, and make signal to give everyone their tests. Everyone looked down at their tests. Some of them was confused about questions. Some didn't know answer to all question. Some just wrote what they have in their heads. Some no answers and simply answered these questions, and last part of course tried to cheat. Naruto looked at Naruko, whose sweat dropped a little. She looked at Naruto and saw his smile, and that he is calm as always. You aren't afraid that you can fail, she whispered. Why should I? That questions are easy for me. He whispered back. Really? She asked and he nodded. How? 6 years in prison can teach a man a lot. He whispered and she nodded understandingly. Now, let's see. He whispered to himself and looked at his test. Question 1. Imagine that you fighting right now 1 versus 5. You know abilities 3 of them, but about other 2 you know nothing. What you doing? Question 2. During the mission you saw someone who needs help. What are you doing? Question 3. Write something about yourself. First one is easy. I have that kind of situation in prison. Second is easy too. But third question. What the hell is this? If really someone will write something, then I wonder how he became Chunin. Let's go with first question. Naruto thoughts. Flashback 2.5 years in blood prison. Naruto is now fighting with 10 men. He knew 6 of them due to earlier coups, but didn't know about 4 others. Naruto is in calm gorilla stance. What should I do? Take care of this who I know or others? The biggest threat are those 4 who I don't know, so I think I will start with them. Naruto thought and take raging fox stance. He take a look at those 4 and then at other 6. Everyone stood still and waited for signal. Someone from distance throw a rock for signal. When rock hit the ground, bloodbath started. Naruto as fast as he could went for unknown 4. They stood together. Naruto appeared between them and changed his stance again on calm gorilla. First one tried punch Naruto in the face, but Naruto sidestepped in right and countered it with punch in the chest, breaking almost all of his ribs. Second one tried to kick Naruto in the head, but he simply ducked and break his leg with single punch enhanced with little chakra. Third have a knife and tried stab Naruto in the back. Naruto saw this and moves to the right and then kicked man's hand. With that man dropped his knife. Naruto saw this knife in air and kicked it fast and impaled this knife in man head. Fourth saw this and run away. Naruto then turned around and saw other 6. Naruto simply beat them since he knew their style. Naruto killed 5 of them. He looked back at his first fight and saw that the one who broke almost all the ribs is dead. After that, Naruto made his way to wash himself and then went to the forge. Flashback end. When you know abilities 3 of them and don't know 2 of them even a bit, the best way is to kill as fast as you can those 2 since they are the worst threat, and then take care of the rest. Don't run because you are alone and they can catch you sooner or later, and you don't know that assistants are on their way or not. Naruto thought and wrote this as answer on first question. Second, maybe answer is, everything depends on mission rank. Naruto wrote this. And last one, I am a ninja, and the ninja is not revealing her secrets. Naruto wrote this as well. Now wait, I might as well observe others. Naruto thought and started looking around. Neji and Hinata use Byakugan, and Sasuke use Sharingan. Shino uses bugs, Gaara his third eye, Tintin her mirrors. Just like on Chunin exam 6 years ago. Might as well take a nap. He thought and fall asleep. To Naruko, she is a little nervous right now. She looked at Naruto and saw him asleep. Naruko looked at his test and saw that he already answered on all questions. What should I do? Maybe I can write same thing what Naruto. She thought. She tried write from Naruto, but he opened his eyes and stared at Naruko. He sighed and smiled. Don't get caught, Naruko, he whispered and fall asleep again. She blushed a little and smiled. Then she write everything what Naruto wrote. And she as well decided to take a nap. All of a sudden someone shouted, "Team number 34 fail." And with that, in due time teams started to fail. 1 hour later. Okay, everyone. Kakashi started to speak. Time is up, he shouted. 54 teams remain. Okay, everyone please wait for another instructor. And all of a sudden someone went through the door. And another people Naruto didn't want to see. Hello, my name is Minato Namikaze, and this is my wife Kushina Uzumaki. Minato introduced them. We are your second instructor. Everyone follow us. Kushina shouted, and everyone do as she said. Naruto got up and starts walking. I wonder if second part will be in Forest of Death, and we need to take a scroll. He thought, Naruto-ni, wait for me. Naruko shouted, and he stopped. Fast. We don't want to be late, right? He shouted back. And with that they made their way. Training Ground 44, Forest of Death. We are here. Minato shouted, and everyone stopped. We are at Training Ground 44 known as Forest of Death. Part of you can know what is in this forest. Now rules and some informations. 1. You can die here, so if you want to leave, go ahead. 2. Your team will receive 1 scroll heaven or earth. 3. To pass you need at least 6 points. 4. Your scroll count 3 points where others only 1. 5. And you need have at least other scroll. 6. When you enter the forest you can't leave it in 5 days. And 7. We want you to sign a document that we don't take responsibility for your death. You don't sign, you are disqualified. Any questions? Kushina said. Someone raised his hand. Yes? Minato asked. I have question to Rule 5. Can you explain clearly? Yes. Minato said, and started to explain. To example, I have Heaven Scroll. To pass I need another 3 scrolls. So now how Kushina-chan told you need to have at least 1 other scroll. Then what I mean is this, that I need at least 1 Heaven Scroll and 1 Earth Scroll, rest can be random. Now you understand? Minato asked, and he nodded. Anyone have questions too? No one raised their hand. No one? Okay, so go and sign documents and take your scroll. We will start in 30 minutes. Minato said. And everyone went to sign documents and take their scroll. To Naruto 30 minutes later. After 30 minutes everyone was in their enter gate. Naruto received Heaven Scroll. So I need to take 3 scrolls? So only 9 teams can pass this part of exam. I would love to know that only Konoha Shinobi will pass, so in next part one can crush them. Naruto thought with evil grin. Okay, everyone. Minato shouted from speakers. Everyone on positions. Let's start this part of exam. Minato said and started counting. 3. Everyone was nervous except Naruto. He simply grinned like a maniac. 2. Everyone take their stances to rush in the forest. And again Naruto stood still like he was deaf. 1. Everyone nodded at each other. Some can feel fear. Some are excited. Naruto stood still, but his grin changed from maniac to insane. Start. Everyone rushed in the forest. Naruto stood still. But something changed in him. He closed his eyes and revealed his kitsune eyes. Let's the game begin. He shouted in demonic voice and rushed in the forest with insane grin. In the forest to Minma and Naruko. Sis. Manma said. Yeah. She asked, what should we do? We're just the 2 of us, not 3 like others. Minma asked, don't you remember that Naruto is alone? He is in worse situation than we are, she said. And Minma scowled. All right. Maybe we should meet up with someone's team from Konoha? Naruko asked. This isn't bad plan, but then we will need to find 6 scrolls for both teams. Minma said and rubbed his chin. Yeah, you are right. But we can make it faster. We can outnumber enemy. Naruko said and Minma nodded. Okay, I agree to your plan. He said. But who should we search? He asked. Sensor ninja or trackers? She said. Team Guy or Team Kurenai? He said, and Naruko nodded. Okay, let's find them. I saw that Team Kurenai was near gate number 22, while we was gate number 30. Let's go, they can't be far from there. He said, and they started running in gate number 22 direction. To Naruto. Naruto, our tracker and sensor shinobi, due to his sharpened senses, and was good in finding chakra signatures. Naruto spotted 3 signatures on his right. It's not Konoha. Then I can simply kill them and take their scroll. Naruto thought and activated his Kitsune Sharingan and went to their direction, to 3 Kusa Shinobi and Naruto. Naruto appeared at branch above their heads. They are talking about something. Let's hear them. He thought, so what's the plan? One of them asked, we need to eliminate one person from Konoha, Finn. Second one answered to first one named Finn. Again, what's his nickname, Loli? Third asked, one-eyed fox, Med. Woman named Loli answered, huh. Naruto said above them, and they jumped back. So you're searching me? You are one-eyed fox? Loli asked, yes. But can I ask you why you trying to hunt me down? Naruto asked, our village leader ordered us. You killed in blood prison many Kusa shinobi who spied for us. Loli answered, so what do you want from me? Naruto asked, you are coming with us, even if we must use force. Loli said, and Naruko smirked evilly. That caused shiver on Kusa shinobi spines. What is so funny? Finn asked, frightened a bit. Naruto closed his eyes and opened, revealing his Kitsune Sharingan eyes again. Funny thing is that you will die now, Naruto said with insane grin. Their eyes are widened due to Naruto's comment. You are outnumbered. Third said with confidence, I was outnumbered all the time. And always I had won my fight. You are probably mid-Chunin level due to your chakra reserves when I have above Kage level. Naruto said in demonic eyes, and saw that Kusa shinobi are shivering. Now let's the fight begin. Naruto said, and in blink of an eye was behind Finn with his heart in hand. He pushed lightly Finn and he dropped on the ground dead. And you told me that I will lose. Naruto said with his insane grin. Kusa shinobi are frightened like never before. Loli tried to stab Naruto when he was turned his back to them, but failed when she felt like her hand was ripped by Naruto. They saw Naruto in fox form with 9 white tails, long fangs, nails like claws. His whiskers was chaotic and he have fox ears instead of human. They also saw that he has Loli's hand in his jaw. He then dropped her hand and said with maniac grin, it's good to be back in my true form. Demon. Med said terrified. Loli, we need to run now. He shouted, and they started to run. Oh no, you are not running away. Naruto said still in demonic voice. And in 1 second Kusa shinobi fall dead on the ground. And we can see Naruto with 2 heads in his hands. Their heads. 249. Last one and I can do what father told me to do, but first. Naruto said drop their heads, and went through few demonic hand signs and said, Demton, Hinge no Jutsu. A poof of smoke appeared and Naruto again is in his human form. Now let's take their scroll and search them. Naruto went to their bodies and found Earth's scroll. At least I don't need to find Earth's scroll. Now only 2 scrolls and I passed. Naruto was about to leave, but saw that in Loli's body was bingo book. Maybe I will find myself since they tried to hunt me down. Naruto went through some pages and page number 30 caught his attention. Interesting. Naruto said with insane grin. 20.000.000 Rio. Quiet well for start. Naruto said with fox grin and went to search other scrolls. With Naruto 2 days later. Naruto lies on a branch near the tower in the middle of the forest where every team need be there in 3 days. I have 3 scrolls now. 1 is mine and 2 are random people. There is no one who can entertaining me. I killed only 3 shinobi in this exam. Last team was scared like they was never frightened. They just give me the scroll. What a shame. Shinobi today is just cowards. Naruto thought before sighed. I need to find last scroll. Naruto said to himself and started to scan terrain to find shinobi. Okay. 1 shinobi team are about 5 miles in north. Another team is 6 miles on northwest. And third team are going to the tower. They probably have all scrolls. Maybe I should wait for other team and fight. It's not like I have better things to do when I just take last scroll and enter the tower. I will just need to wait for another part of the exam. Let's wait to the last minute, and then I will take last scroll. Naruto said to himself and grinned like a maniac. Naruto then take a really long nap. To Minma, Naruko, and team they found. Naruko are sitting on branch and listen to her comrades. They have luck on their side when they found Tracker Team first day. In Tracker Team was Hinata, Kiba, and Shino. Only 2 scrolls, and we can go to the tower. Kiba said, yeah. I wonder if someone from Konoha is in the tower now. Minma said, same, why? Because I hope we will meet our friends here. Shino said, Hinata, do you see someone? Kiba asked, and she shook her head as no. Only 9 teams can pass. I hope Konoha 12 will pass this part of the exam. Don't forget about Naruto. Naruko said, he is alone. He don't have a chance to pass this part alone. He is a dead last. Kiba shouted, don't underestimate him, Kiba. Why? Because he beat Minma and Sasuke in one hit. Shiba said, he was lucky. Kiba said, and Minma nodded. You two are stubborn as always. Naruko said, a bit annoyed. What do you mean? Kiba shouted even louder. Don't yell, geez. Naruko said, you two just can't accept that he is stronger than you even if you know that it's true. They stood in silence knowing that what she told is true. Let's just move. Kiba said, and everyone nodded. After some hours, Raf. Akamaru shouted, blood. Kiba asked, and Akamaru nodded. Where? Kiba asked again and follow Akamaru with his team. When they get there, they saw 3 shinobi from Kusa. What happened here? Kiba asked with terror. They saw a body without heart and hole in his chest. Next one was without head, and last one also without head, but also she don't have arm. Shiba, you know what happened here? Hinata asked with widened eyes. Someone did this with bare hands. He looked at corpses and started to speak. For sure heads was ripped of with big force. Same with this one who have hole in his chest. He looked at arm. But arm, it's another story. Why? The arm has been ripped out also with a great force, but you can also see the traces of fangs. So the question is whether it was a summon or the ordinary animal passed this way and tried to eat, but since someone and left the arm in this place? Shino said. Kiba then walked closer to corpses and sniffed them. They died first day on this part of exam. Kiba said, and Minma was about to ask something, but Kiba interrupted him. Before you ask. No, I can't smell this one who did this. He said, they have something with them? Shino asked, and Kiba started to search their corpses, finding nothing. No, whoever did this. He or she take all of their stuffs besides weapons. Kiba said and rubbed his chin. Something's wrong? Minma asked Kiba. It's odd. Very odd. Kiba said, can you tell us what are you talking about? Minma said, a bit irritated. Do not you think it's strange that whoever did this didn't take their weapons? Kiba asked, now that you told this you were right. Minma said, but since is that someone are observing them. Come on out. I know you were there. Minma shouted. From trees fall Niji, Tintin, and Lee. They stood now in front of them. Why are you here, and also what happened here? Niji asked. We know only this, that in this exam in one team is monster. Or in this forest lives something that don't want us here. And here you have example. Minma said. You telling us this, that in someone's team is monster? Tintin asked. It's only theory. Only if Shikamaru was here, maybe he would be able to tell us something more. And all of a sudden Shikamaru, Ino, and Chuji are behind them. What happened here? Shikamaru asked. Everyone turned around and seized them. Shikamaru. What a luck. Minma said. So, can you inform me what happened here? Shikamaru asked. Right. As you can see, there are 3 corpses with missing parts of the body. Kiba said, and Shikamaru nodded. Our theory is that in someone's team is monster or something live in this forest and doesn't want us here, so it killed those 3. Also, whatever or whoever did this didn't take their weapons, only food and whatever else they had with them. Kiba said, why, you know when they died? Ino asked, afraid that some monster may take part in the exam. First day on this part of exam. Kiba said, what should we do, Shikamaru? Shikamaru used his pose to think. Then he got up and said, the best plan is that we should avoid this thing. But if we encounter it, we are dead for sure. What do you mean we are dead? I'm sure we can take it when all of us will fight. Minma said, take a look what it did to them. Shikamaru shouted and continued. And take a look at distance between core. This too tried to run but failed. This thing isn't only really strong but also fast. Everyone looked at core and have fear in their eyes. Calm down. Right now we didn't fear anything. We will fear when we encounter it. But now how many scrolls you have? Shikamaru said and calmed everyone down. We have 6. Niji said, we have 3. Minma and Kiba said, we have 5. Shikamaru said, here, take them and let's go to the tower. Niji said and hand 1 scroll to Minma and 1 to Kiba. Right, let's go. Shikamaru said, Whatever it is, we need to be careful around. I hope this monster isn't in someone's team. This exam is pain in the ass. What a drag. Shikamaru thought, and they started to run in Tower's direction. To Naruto. Naruto opened his eyes. Team is going in this way, and this team is big. Really big. 11 shinobi. I can feel also that Naruko is with them. That means that she and Minma found others from Konoha 12. Naruto thought and realized something. Wait. They are going from direction where I killed this Kusa shinobi. Probably Nara is with them. I need to run. If there is Team Asuma and Minma and Naruko, then they can have someone with Byakugan. If Hyuga spot me, then I will need to explain all this blood. This exam is pain in the ass. Naruto thought and run in on the north. There is a team with a scroll. I should take their scroll and fast go to the tower and wash myself. I need to get rid of this blood. Naruto runs at full speed. Minute later, he is on his destination. He can see again Kusa shinobi, but in this team are 4 people. Naruto fall on his foot in front of them. Hello there. They jumped back and takes look at Naruto. Their eyes widened when they realized who is it. Someone said with fear in his eyes, "Oh, one-eyed F Fox. Ding, ding, ding. You win your reward." Naruto said with maniac grin and saw them confused. WWW, what reward? Woman asked in terror. Naruto did one hand sign, and in a poof of black smoke, Ninja no Shinigami appeared in his right hand. Then his grin changed from maniac to insane, and his voice was more demonic. Death. Naruto said. And they started run at him with intent to kill. A/N. Full orange is Naruto, and when his eyes are changing, imagine that his eyes change to Kitsune Sharingan. In the end, there is only one sword, not 5. Piske. Why there are no one who can entertain me? When I'm in the tower, I will have to start the ritual. I have over 250 kills on my account. Naruto said to himself, annoyed. Okay, let's take last scroll, and then let's go towards the tower. He said. Why I killed third one like that? Now I'm in blood everywhere. Naruto sealed his sword and starts running at full speed to the tower. In front of the tower, Naruto arrived minute later. No one is near, and he sighed in relief. He then sensed that in tower are all Konoha 12 and their senseis, Minma, Naruko, Tsunade, Jiraiya, Minato, and Kushina. Fuck. How they are here that fast? Let's listen. What are they talking about? Naruto thought and now is in front of the door. He started to listen what they are talking about. In the tower, there stood Konoha 12 and their senseis, Minma, Naruko, Tsunade, Jiraiya, Minato, and Kushina. Shikamaru told them what happened when they meet Team Guy, Team Kurenai, Minma, and Naruko. You telling us that there is monster in someone's team or something is in this forest? Tsunade asked. Yes, Hokage-sama. Shikamaru said, maybe we should stop the exam and get rid of that thing? Minato asked. No. Shikamaru said, and Minato narrowed his brow. Konoha reputation will fall if we do this. Shikamaru is right. We can't risk our reputation, and besides they signed these documents that it's not our fault if they died. Tsunade said, did you saw Naruto? Kushina asked. No. Naruko said a bit sad. Don't worry, he will be fine. Kakashi said, and all of a sudden someone opened the doors. There stood Naruto full in blood. Man, really there is someone who can entertain me? This exam is boring as fuck, he said with closed eyes. Naruto threw his scrolls at the desk where Shinobi was sitting. One is mine, he said. All right, why you passed? Shinobi said with fear in his eyes. Naruto started to walking in others' direction. Naruko was first to speak. And Nizan? Naruto looked at her with a smile. Yeah? He asked still with a smile. Are you all right? She asked worried. Yeah. Why shouldn't I? He asked fake confused. You have blood all over your body, she said. I know, but this isn't mine, so don't worry, he said and smiled, and she smiled back. Then everyone was in front of Naruto. You need something? He said coldly. Did you know about some kind of monster? Tsunade asked a bit scared. Monster? No. Why? He asked fake confused. Shikamaru, if you can. Tsunade said. Shikamaru nodded and started to speak. We saw 3 Kusa shinobi. 2 of them without heads, and one of those 2 without arm with the traces of fangs like something ripped it off. And third one has hole in his chest and without heart. Naruto mentally grinned like a maniac, but on surface he hid that he was pleased that he did this to them. Only thing I know is that I heard screams on the first day, Naruto said. But not lied he heard screams. So from where you have this blood? Minma asked. I killed 4 shinobi about 10 minutes ago. Naruto answered. Why? Sakura yelled. And why not? They didn't want to give me their scroll, and then they rushed at me with intent to kill. I killed them only in self-defense. Naruto said with a fox grin. Now if you excuse me, I want to take a bash to get rid of that blood, he said and walked past them to his room. Do you believe him? Sakura asked. I do. Naruko said. What? Everyone shouted. You saw first day when we went to take him back to us. He killed near 40 people, but they tried to kill him. So you should know that his character can't change in 3 weeks. Also, we don't have any proofs that he did this. Naruko said, a bit irritated that they accuse her brother. Naruko is right, Shikamaru said, and everyone except Naruko narrowed their eyes. We don't have any proofs that he did this. Right now, let's rest, Shikamaru said, and went to his room as well. And then everyone nodded and went to their rooms. To Naruto, that was close. Let's take a bath, and then let's start working on this ritual. I should finish preparations by tomorrow. Maybe I will ask Naruko for help? Nah. If I will try, then she can invite others. Naruto thought and went take a bath. 30 minutes later, he started to prepare ritual. Next day, somewhere, Naruto finished his preparation to ritual. Alright, I finished. In 2 days, second part will end. Good thing I left blood clone in my room. Now last thing, what do I want? But what can I get? Naruto thought and starts have flashback. Flashback, 5.5 years in blood prison. Naruto is meditation in the center of his cell in Block Z, and when he opened his eyes, he appeared in his mindscape. What do you want, Kurama? Naruto asked. We need to talk about something important for demons and half-demons like us, Kurama said with serious tone. What is so important for us that you interrupted my training? Naruto asked, a bit confused. Tell me again how many people you killed? I think 204. What about it? Naruto asked, really confused now. Okay, in demons and half-demons' life is something similar in humans' life. They have something like to choose a clan heir. Humans only need to choose his clan heir, but we need to kill the right number of people. Also, we can choose what power we want, but it's not like we can choose to be second sage of 6 paths. We can choose only Kekkei Genkai, Kurama said. So how many people I need to kill? Naruto asked, a bit excited about new power. 250. So you need to kill 46 people? 46 people? Naruto asked to himself and rubbed his chin. How? I can't get out of here. Naruto said, have a little hope, kid. Maybe this piece of shit village take you back. Kurama said, and Naruto growled. To think that I can be only rescued by this old hag. Naruto said, pissed off. I know. It pisses me off too. Kurama growled. But if they release you, I'm sure that someone will be stupid enough to hit you. I mean this new prisoners. Kurama said and grinned. I know. In this prison, if someone see new face, they want to teach him a lesson. How disappointed that they don't even hit me. Naruto said with insane grin. You know, sometimes, I think you are too sadistic. Kurama said and chuckled. What can I say? That village just created a demon they feared the most. Naruto said shrugged. And I'm glad about this. Naruto said and smiled. Why? Because I think I learned my true nature. Naruto said, you sure are the best jailer I ever had. Kurama said with a smile. And you are definitely the best Biju who could be sealed in me. Naruto said, and Kurama smiled again. Back to this ritual. Kurama again turned to be serious just like Naruto. When you will kill 250 people, you need to start preparations. What preparations? You need a big room. Then you need to paint a seal similar to your own you had before you freed me. And do some hand signs. Kurama said. Now I will show you this seal and necessary hand signs. And with that, Kurama showed some images in Naruto's mind. A/N. And this are demonic hand signs. It's basically inverted basic hand signs from Naruto. These seals are demonic, so no one can copy them, even Sharingan. Only demons and half-demons can use them. Okay, back to this seal, you need to paint it with your own blood. Then do bird, ox, dragon, ram, tiger, dog, boar, hare, serpent, horse, rat, tiger, ox, boar, and dragon demonic hand signs and say, Kenjutsu, demon birth. This is forbidden jutsu that we can use only one time in our life. Kurama said, okay, But why you don't show me techniques with this seals? Naruto asked. Because of this seal. I can only show you hand signs in this seal. Kurama said, and Naruto nodded. I understand, but what happened when I do this ritual? Shinigami will appear and ask you what Kekei Genkai you want. Remember, only one Kekei Genkai you can choose. Also, you can't choose dojutsu. Why? If demons and half-demons can choose dojutsu, then we will be too powerful. Also, if some demon will choose dojutsu, humans can steal it and then use it. Then this world will be in war forever, and no one will be able to stop this. But there are only 9 demons that humans can't steal their eyes. Kurama said. What kind of demons they are? Naruto asked. Biju. But even if humans manage to steal our eyes, then these eyes will evaporate and are just regenerate. This is all what I wanted to tell you. You can go to train now. Naruto nodded and faded away to train. I hope he will not choose something he will regret. Kurama thought and went asleep. Flashback end. From Naruto's left eye, one tear dropped due to memory with Kurama. Dad, I know what I will choose. Naruto said with determination in his eyes and started doing necessary hand signs. After that he yelled, Kinjutsu, Demon Birth. He then slammed his palms on the seal center, and the smoke appeared, and after few seconds when smoke dropped in the center stood Shinigami. What do you want, human? Shinigami asked. First of all, I'm not human. Naruto said, and Shinigami narrowed his eyes. I'm a demon and I did forbidden jutsu called Demon Birth. What kind of demon are you? I'm second Kyuubi no Yoko, but in human world, I'm called Naruto no Yoko. Naruto said a bit sad. What happened to Kyuubi? I was his Jinchuriki, but I had only his soul, and his chakra had my biological brother and sister. After some years, I was sent to blood prison for not complete my mission, and I learned that Kyuubi chakra started to return to him. After 6 years, his chakra returned in 100%, and my body started to absorb him. He simply permitted it and faded away. Naruto said with terror in his left eye. I see. He was like father to you? Shinigami asked, and Naruto nodded. I assume you know what you want and what you can't have. Shinigami said, and Naruto nodded. So what Kekei Genkai you wish? Mokuton. Naruto said. This is really powerful Kekei Genkai. But as you wish. In Shinigami's hand appeared some kind of seed. He then stuck it in Naruto's body, and Naruto started to feel dizzy. What happening? Naruto asked and started to feel great pain in his whole body. Naruto no Yoko, due to this ritual you need to go through great pain. This will end in 1 full day from now. After that you will be able to use Mokuton. Also, as you are second Kyuubi, I will give you all Mokuton Jutsu. Just when pain disappear in your head will appear some images with necessary hand signs to do Mokuton Jutsu. I don't care what path you choose. This is your life, and this is your burden. This is probably our last meeting. Good luck, Naruto no Yoko, and farewell. And with that, Shinigami disappeared and left Naruto alone. Naruto started to yell. 1 full day later, Naruto's pain started to disappear. He stood up and feel like something changed in his body. He looked at his hand and started to channel chakra to its palm. Then something unexpected happened in his palm. Small tree appeared. Naruto looked around and saw that he still is in the cave. He prepared the ritual, and then he started to leave this cave. Outside the cave, Naruto looked around and saw a big forest. He then spotted a bunny. On Naruto's face appeared a fox grin. Naruto started to do some hand signs and said, Mokuton, Gasoju, and then slammed his hand in the ground. His arms started to change in wood. Few seconds later, in place where stood Bunny, some roots appear, and they started to stab Bunny many times. Naruto started to laugh. So this is Mokuton, huh? He said to himself with insane grin. Just wait, Konoha. 3rd part of exam, and I will crush every one of you. Naruto said before disappear in and blood red flash. In his room, Naruto appeared in a blood red flash and sees that his clones simply sit on his bed. I see that Hiraishin is useful, boss? Yes, but only in long directions. You can dispel yourself? Naruto said, and his clone nodded and dispelled himself. Naruto received his memory as well. Nothing happened. Huh? Tomorrow's 2nd part will end. I think I should go to sleep. Naruto said to himself and laid on his bed and go sleep. Next day, Naruto woke up in his room due to knocking at his door. Come in. Naruto shouted. Indoors stood Naruko. She started to run at Naruto. When he was close enough, she launched herself on him and started to hug him. What is it, Naruko? Naruto asked. I was sent here Not that I'm sad about it. I'm actually very happy, she said, still hugging Naruto tight. But also, I was sent here to tell you that in 1 hour, everyone need to be on arena. So it start in 1 hour? He asked, and Naruko nodded. So that means last team is on their way? He asked again, and she nodded again. Who passed besides me? You and Minma and Konoha 12, he asked. Sand siblings. One team from Kiri and one team from IWA. Naruko said, and released Naruto from her hug. Naruto rubbed his head and realized something. Wait, how will be 9 teams when one team from Konoha 12 had one more scroll than need? He asked, confused. Oh right, when I and other teams was on our way to the tower Shikamaru, throw one scroll somewhere. That means one team found it somehow, she said and smiled. I hope I don't get someone from Konoha. First, I really want to kill someone right now. Kusa or IWA, but better if they give me someone from Kusa. He thought and grinned like a mannequin head. What team are on their way here? He asked. Kusa, she said. Kusa? Huh? This will be fun. Naruto grinned. Let's go, Naruko, he said and got up from his bed. Where? She asked when Naruto got dressed. To the arena, he said and left his room with Naruko. Kusa, one of you will die if this one will be fighting with me. That's a promise, he thought, and saw that Naruko leaned on his arm when they walk. I will protect you. If someone will try to hurt you, they will die, Naruto thought, and kept walking. On the arena, Naruto and Naruko walk on the arena, and they saw that everyone is here besides team from Kusa. They also saw that IWA team have 4 shinobi. Naruko? Naruto asked. Yeah, she asked. Why team from IWA have 4 shinobi in their team? He asked, confused. Oh right, you don't know. In this exam, teams can count 4 people, she answered with a smile. Let's sit there, she said, pointed at stands for spectators. Sure, let's go. Naruto agreed, and they went to seats they choose. So you want to fight with someone, Nizan? She asked. Kusa, he said simply. Kusa? Why? She asked, confused. They are for my head, he said, turning his head to her. What? She yelled, caught everyone's attention. Why they are after you? She have tears in her eyes. Don't worry about me, he said with a smile. How I can't be worried about my brother when he can die? She still shouted, and Konoha 12 and Minma are on their way to them. Shit, they are coming here. Naruto thought and sighed. Naruko, please stop. I will tell, even show you why they are after me, but please calm down. Konoha 12 and your brother are coming here. Don't tell anyone about this, okay? He asked, and she nodded, wiped her tears of her eyes. After some seconds later, Konoha teams are stood in front Naruto and Naruko. So, what this is all about? Shikamaru asked. What do you mean? Naruto asked, annoyed. Who are after you and why? Sasuke asked. This is none of your concern, Uchiha, Naruto said with venom in Uchiha word, and Sasuke flinched. How you talking to Sasuke-kun? Sakura shouted. Shut up, before I will make you, Banshee, Naruto said in demonic voice, and Sakura take few steps back because of fear. Heh. I still wonder why I ever loved you, and most why I ever saved your life. You are just as pathetic as always, he said with venom in every word to her. Everyone takes few steps back as well. Get out of my sight. Everyone, Naruto said. And Naruko, come with us? Minma said, a bit frightened. No. I will stay, and I know I can stay. Right, Nizan? She asked, and Naruto nodded. After that, everyone leave them. So, Naruko started to speak, and Naruto turned his head to her. Why Kusa is after you? She asked, and Naruto took out Kusa bingo book. This what I will show you is only between us, okay? He said in serious tone, and she nodded. Okay, he said, and give her bingo book. Take a look on page number 30, he said, and she do as he said. Few seconds later, she gasped, and her eyes went wide. Now you understand, he asked, and she nodded. Why you are criminal in Kusa? She asked, and he nodded. 20.000.000 Rio, she said in disbelief, and he nodded. If they are after you, why you want to fight them when you should run? She asked, confused. You should know rules in this world, he said, and Naruko is a bit confused about what he meant. He sighed and said, kill or be killed, he said, and Naruko is a bit sad. She realized that he want to kill them. Nizan, she asked. How you are able to kill without hesitation? She asked. You think I'm killer machine? He said, and she slowly nodded. I don't blame you. But I can tell you I don't kill without good purpose or when I know that someone can change, he said. You met someone who changed, she asked. Yes, in prison I met some people who changed, he said, and she nodded. Some changed their character and some not. To Konoha teams. Everyone stood in circle and silent, but Shikamaru spoke first. What should we do? Everyone looked at him and Sasuke said, I think we should tell that to Hokage. And what she will do about this? Minma asked. I don't know, maybe she will send guards to guard him? Sasuke asked. I doubt it, and I believe that Naruto don't want guards. And before you asked why, you should know why. Shikamaru said, and everyone nodded. He want to have fun? Kiba asked. Maybe. He is too mysterious, even for me. Shikamaru said. I'm more worried that Naruko is still with him. Mama said, worried. I know too. It's like he forgive her. Shikamaru said and rubbed his head. Troublesome blonde. He added, and everyone nodded. Then doors was opened by Kusa shinobi. Everyone can see that in their team are 2 shinobi and 2 kunoichi. Everyone stood there in silence, but someone speak. They turn their heads and they sees Hokage. Okay, everyone. Set yourself up in a row. Tsunade shouted, and they do as she told. She started to look around and count how many shinobi passed. Okay, 29 shinobi passed. And with that we will have preliminary matches, she shouted. Inspector in this part will be Hatake Kakashi. Kakashi, if you can. Hi, Hokage-sama, Kakashi said, and now stood in front of everyone. All right, as you know, second part past 29 shinobi. That means we will have 14 matches. 14 shinobi can win and 1 just pass because there is an odd number of participants. Kakashi said, his face turned a serious one. Now rules. The one who knocked out the opponent gave up, or the opponent was killed by his opponent, wins. I can also stop the match when I think that one person has no chance of winning. No one can interrupt besides me. Is it clear for everyone? Everyone nodded. Good. Now on this screen we will see who will fight with who. Everyone looked at screen and sees all names. Naruto was last. When they looked at last names Sunna, Kusa, and Iwa, Shinobi gasped, and one of Kusa Shinobi said with fear, "Oh, one-eyed FF Fox?" For Shinobi from Kusa started to shiver. Kakashi pressed button, and the screen showed 2 names. First match will be between Joy Form Kusa versus Naruto no Yoko. Kusa Shinobi was terrified. Please, Joy and Naruto, stay here, and rest must go to stances. Everyone went to their seats. They can see 2 Shinobi. One was calm but have insane grin when second was frightened like never before. Few seconds later they can hear that Kakashi shouted, "You 2 ready?" Naruto nodded, and Joy nodded nervously. "Fight!" Kakashi shouted and jumped out of the way. "Well?" Naruto said first, and Joy looked in his eyes with fear in his own. "Why are you scared?" Naruto asked, surprised everyone with grin like a maniac. "To him, not scared," he shouted. "I'm sure what you have done in blood prison isn't true." "You sure?" Naruto asked, and his blood lust started to rise. Everyone started to feel it. Some even shivered a little. "I'm sure of it. I'm even know why you possible was sent to this prison." Joy shouted. "Who? Tell me why." Naruto said, a bit pissed. "I'm sure you killed your own father or family." Joy shouted. "But after that he know he did the worst thing in his life." "What did you say?" Naruto asked, really pissed off, and started to release his Ki and BL. Everyone was scared. Some even can't breath and stand. "You did the worst thing in your life," Naruto said in demonic voice. Joy is now terrified. Naruto's eyes changed from sky blue to blood red fox. His nails and fangs grew, and his whiskers are more visible and chaotic. "You win a reward like last team met me," Naruto said in demonic and low voice and killer grin. Everyone shiver and are frightened. What? Joy asked, taking few steps back. "Death," Naruto shouted and launched himself towards Joy. He opened his jaw and pointed his hand on Joy's chest. Second later, Naruto ripped his head with his jaw and went through his chest with his hand holding his heart. Naruto pulled out his hand with his heart and smash it. Then he take his head from his jaw and crash it on the ground, leaving a small crater and pool of blood. "Don't ever speak about my father," Naruto said. Everyone's eyes widened in horror. But Minato's was widened in surprise and was about to say something, but Naruto interrupted him. "I don't mean you, Minato. I mean my father who was with me for my birthday." Naruto said, and changed himself again to his normal human look. He looked at Kakashi, who win? Naruto asked coldly, why yo you? Kakashi said with fear in his eyes. W winner I in this match IIS in Naruto, he shouted frightened. Naruto started to walk away but was stopped by Naruko who take his arm. Everyone now thought, what is she doing? He can kill her in Nizan? He looked at her with a sad look. Sorry, Naruko. I don't mean to do this, but he crossed a line. I'm sorry that you saw this. Naruto said with terror in his eyes and a sad smile. It's all right, but who is your father? Naruko asked. With that question, everyone started to listen their conversation. Naruto looked by corner in his eyes and saw that everyone listened to their conversation. I can't tell. Too many people are here, and even if I will tell you, they will want to know who is it. He said looking at her. I won't tell anyone. Naruko said with serious look. Even if you don't want to tell them, they can look in your mind with Yamanaka clan. Let's go. Next match is about to start. Naruto said, and went to his seat with Naruko behind. Who is his father if not Minato? This question was in everyone's mind. Kakashi interrupted their thoughts. Alright, that was a quiet show. Now next match will be between… Kakashi looked at screen after pressed a button. Uchiha Sasuke versus Kankuro of the Sand. Please come here you two. Kakashi shouted. Temari looked at Kankuro and said, you can do it. But Gaara was lost in his thought, and Temari was about to poke him but Kankuro stopped. Don't do it, he probably is in shock. He saw his first friend turn to killer machine like him before he met him. Kankuro said and Temari nodded worried. Arena. Kankuro and Sasuke wanted their spots on the arena floor. When they stood on their spots, Kakashi looked at them and asked, ready? They nodded, fight. Then something unexpected happened. Kankuro raises his hand. I surrender. Sand siblings was in shock. Winner in second match by surrender, Uchiha Sasuke. Kakashi shouted. Kankuro went to his seat where his siblings was. Then Temari shouted, why did you do this? I don't have any chances, and you know this. Kankuro said, but at least you could tried, she said. I'm puppeteer and Sasuke is mid-range. Those type of ninja are the worst for me to fight. Kankuro said, and then was silence between them. Then Kakashi shouted who will be fighting next. Arena. Alright, let's see who will fight now. Kakashi shouted and pressed a button. Screen shows two names. So next fight will be between Lack from IWA versus Akimichi Choji. Please take your spots down here. Kakashi said. Choji and Lack went to their spots and take their stances. Ready? Kakashi asked and both of them nodded. Fight. Buben Baika no Jutsu. Choji shouted and his arm grew larger. He then lunged his arm at Lack. Lack went through some hand signs and said, Doton, Doryahiki. In front of him appeared Earth Wall. But Choji's went through this wall and lunged Lack in the wall unconscious. Kakashi went a Lack to check for sure he black out. He then nodded, winner by blackout in third match, Akimichi Choji. Choji smiled and went to his friends. Okay, next match will be between… Kakashi pressed a button. Sai versus Hyuga Neji. Please come down here. He shouted. Neji and Sai went to their spots and took their stances. Ready? Kakashi asked and they nodded. Begin. Kakashi said and jumped back. Sai. Neji said and Sai looked at him. Let it be a good match. He said and Sai smiled and then nodded. Sai pulled out his scroll and started to paint something, Ninpo, Choju Giga, and from scroll launched some ink snakes. Neji then started to run at Sai, and on his way he destroyed Sai snakes. Sai then pulled out his sword and started to run at Neji. Neji saw this and pulled out kunai. They clashed with each other in the middle. Sai break clash and went a slash at Neji's leg, but Neji simply jumped and throw some shuriken. Sai blocked two, and one hit him in the right shoulder. Sai jumped back and Neji take his Juken stance and said, Sai, you are in my range. Sai's eyes widened and jumped back even more, but it was too late. Hakurokujion show, 2 palms, 4 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms, 64 palms. With that, every tenketsu in Sai's body was closed. Kakashi went to Sai and checked if everything is okay. He saw that Sai is unconscious. Winner in fourth match by blackout, Neji Hyuga. Doctor takes Sai to hospital. Neji smiled and went to Sai and helped doctors to take him to hospital. Kakashi went to his usual spots and pressed a button. Next match, Inuzuka Kiba versus Jakuzo from Kiri. Come down here, please. Two of them went to their spots and took their stances. Kakashi looked at both of them and asked, "Ready?" They nodded. "Begin," he shouted. "Let's go, Akamaru," Kiba said, and Akamaru barked. "Inuzukiryu, Jinju Kambi Hinge, Sotoro," Kiba said, and he with Akamaru changed into two-headed wolf. Kiri Shinobi was afraid a bit, but he woke up from fear and pulled out a kunai. "Shit. I can't use Swait on there isn't any water here. As well I can give up." Jakuzo then put down his kunai and raises his hand. "I give up." Then Kiba changed back to himself and looked at Kakashi and he nodded. "Winner in fifth match by surrender is Inuzuka Kiba." Kakashi announcement and Kiba went to his seat. Next match will be between. Kakashi started and pressed a button. Nara Shikamaru versus Loki from Kusa. Please come down. They went to their spots and Loki went to his taijutsu stance while Shikamaru stood still. "Ready?" Kakashi asked, looking at them, and they nodded. "Start." Shikamaru then yawned, making his opponent to get angry. "Oi, don't underestimate me, brat," Loki said, and started to run at Shikamaru, who then makes simple rat hand sign and said, "Kageme no jutsu. Complete." Shikamaru smirked. What did you do?" Loki yelled in frustration. "You can't see I can control your shadows? You can't move now." And for the end, Kage, Kubishibari no Jutsu. Loki saw that hand made of shadow started to flow on his body and stopped on his neck. Shikamaru started to choke Loki. "Surrender," Shikamaru said, and Loki nodded with hesitation. Winner in sixth match by surrender is Nara Shikamaru. Shikamaru stopped his shadows and went to his seat where friends waiting for him. Next match will be between, Kakashi said and pressed a button. Haruno Sakura versus Vayne from IWA. Please come here and take your spots. Both of them do as Kakashi said and went to their stances. Kakashi looked at them. "Ready?" They nodded. "You may begin," Kakashi said and jumped back. After that, Sakura rushed at Vayne and enchanced her fist with chakra. She tried to punch Vayne in torso, but he jumped in right side, but Sakura in time enchanced her left leg and kick him in the leg, breaking it. Vayne started to scream due pain. Winner by inability to fight in seventh match is Haruno Sakura. Kakashi then pressed a button, and in next match will be Lim from Kiri versus Yamanaka Ino. Please come down. Ino and Lim went to their spots on the arena and take their stances. Kakashi looked at both and asked, "Ready?" They nodded. "Begin." Then Lim dropped his guard and started to get cocky. "You should surrender, Blondie." After that, Ino just stood there and do one hand sign that Lim don't recognize, and Ino said, "Shintenshin no Jutsu." Ino dropped to the ground and her soul went to Lim body. She in his body raises his hand and said, "I surrender." She then again do one hand sign and said, "Kai," and he was back in her body. Winner by surrender in eighth match is Yamanaka Ino. She then smirked at Lim and he gritted his teeth in frustration how he can drop his guard in that moment. She made her way towards her friends and sat beside Sakura. Alright, next match will be between, Kakashi said and pressed a button, Aburame Shino versus Stone from IWA. Please come down, you two. They do as he said and take his spots. He looked at them and asked, "Ready?" They nodded and Kakashi shouted, "Start." "I will end this quick." "Why?" "Because I want to go to my friends." "Hijitsu, Mushidama," Shino said, and his Kikachu launched themselves at Stone and made a ball with Stone inside. Then something unexpected happened for Shino. Stone in the swarm center shouted, "Katon, Gokaku no Jutsu," and Shino's insects burned. "You have no chance against me. I know your clan. Your weakness are fire jutsu," Stone said with a smirk. Shino then raised his hand and said, "Kakashi sensei, I surrender. I don't want to see my insects die." And Kakashi nodded and said, "Winner by surrender in ninth match is Stone from IWA. And in next match will face." Kakashi pressed a button. Hana from Kusa and Jack from Kiri. "Please come here." They do as he said and went to their spot. To Naruto and Naruko. They watched how everyone fight in silence from Naruto's fight. So, Naruto started and Naruko looked at him. "I again wanted to say sorry for what I did in front of your eyes. As I said, it's all right, it's just," Naruko said, and her voice started to shake a little. "Just what?" Naruto asked. "It's just Two don't want to see you as a killer machine or worse, a monster. She looked at him with tears. I already am a monster and you know it. Naruto looked at the floor. I became it when my father figure died. Naruko can see like tears started to drop from his eyes. Is there something I can do to change you? Naruko asked, and Naruto shook his head as a no. Not now, sister. But in the future, maybe you will understand me more. He said and looked at her with a smile, a real smile. She didn't realize that when she saw his smile, she blushed. He is so handsome with this smile. Tell me, Naruko. Naruto said, and Naruko woke up from her thoughts. Why, yeah, she asked with even harder blush. With who do you want to fight? Naruto asked. I think Minma. She said, rubbing her chin. Why? He asked. I want to know who is stronger. She said with bright smile. And with that, Naruto blushed a little. You want to make a deal? He asked with big grin. What deal? She asked a little bit scared. You don't need to be scared, Naruko. Naruto said, patting her head, and she pouted. The deal is about training. If you win with your opponent, we will go on the trip and I will train you. Only two of us. He said, and Naruko looked at him in awe. So? What do you say? He asked. She then lunged herself and hugged him and started to shout, I agree. I agree. I agree. Niece and I agree with that. Everyone looked at them and saw that Naruko hugged Naruto, and he was laughing. Good, then do your best, sis. He said with a smile. To Konoha teams, what are they doing? And what did she agree with? Shikamaru asked. No one knows. Kiba said, and everyone nodded. What do you think, Hokage-sama? I don't know. Tsunade said and looked at senseis, Minato and Kushina, and saw that they shook their head as a no. She sighed and started to think, what are you planning, Naruto? Then everyone heard like Kakashi said, winner by blackout in 10th match is Hana from Kusa. Next match will be between Kakashi then pressed a button and finished Minma Namikaze Uzumaki versus Naruko Namikaze Uzumaki. Please come down and take your spots. Minato and Kushina was worried when Minma was happy and Naruko was determined by something. Back to Naruto and Naruko when Kakashi said who will fight. Haha. Naruto stared to laugh. Why are you laughing? She said with a blush and started to pout. You have your dream fight, he said and chuckled. Yes, and I will win, she shouted. We will see, he said with a smile, and she smiled a bit worried. Don't worry, Naruko. I believe in you. Naruto said with bright smile, a smile he used over 6 years ago. Really? She asked, and he nodded. She has then tears in her eyes and started to hug him harder than last time. Now, go and kick his ass, sis. Remember what reward will you get if you win? He said, and she whipped her tears and have determined look. Don't worry, Niece and I will win for you and me. I want to train with you and be with you. She thought and blushed a little. Naruko, I have one tip for you. He said, and she looked at him. Remember, you don't have Kyuubi chakra. He might forget about this, and he will try to use it, then this will be your chance to strike. Okay? He said, and she nodded and went to her spot. Arena. Minma and Naruko went to their spots and started at each other. Minma with arrogant look when Naruko with determined. Kakashi looked at them and asked, ready? They nodded and Kakashi said, start. Then Naruko pull out some shurikens and throw them at Minma. He pull out his kunai and deflected half of them and rest dodged. You don't beat me with that, sis. I always was better than you in fighting. Just give up. Minma said. She started to hesitate, but Minma asked, about what was you and that monster talking? With that, something snapped in her. She looked at Naruto, and she saw that he smiled at her with look, I believe in you. She smiled at him, then turned to Minma, and he saw that she is more determined than before. What's wrong with her? Did she believe that she can win with me? There is no chance in the hell. Minma's thoughts was interrupted by Naruko. It's none of your business, Minma, she said, and he flinched a little. I always was in your shadows. But you know what, today I will show you how strong I really am, she said with confidence, and Minma gritted his teeth. Don't make me laugh. You are a failure like that monster of our brother. Sorry, your brother. I will never accept something like him in our family, he said, and he reached out to her with his hand and said, please go with me to our family. We need each other and I know it. Who always protected you? Who always played with you when we was younger? I'm your brother, not him. After that, she looked on the ground and said, you are right. She started and looked at Naruto again and finished. But he also is my family. And then she looked back at Minma. Minma again gritted his teeth and his anger started to rise. Fine. Do as you wish, Naruko. But then don't bother to ask me for help if he turned back on you, he said and reached for kunai with his right hand. He will never do that, she whispered that only Naruto can hear due to his sharpened senses. And he also reached for kunai with her right hand. They looked at each other. In meantime, Naruto looked at them and he knew what to do. He creates small rock with his earth affinity and throw it up. When rock hits the ground, Naruko and Minma launched themselves at each other. When Naruko was in range to attack, he went to slash on his torso. He jumped back and again lunged himself at her and tried to stab her in stomach. She sidestepped on the right and kicked him in his gut. And she started to do hand signs and yelled, Futon, Detapa, and bullet made of wind lunged at Minma and sent him flying at arena wall, making small smoke. When smoke disappeared, there stood Minma, making his own hand signs, Katon, Hosenka no Jutsu. He yelled and Naruko dodged in time several fireballs. He then reached for three-pointed kunai and throw it at Naruko. She saw it and catches this kunai and throw it back at Minma, whose eyes widened in surprise when Minato and Kushina looked at her with awe. When did she become so strong? They thought, and Minma dodged his kunai. Maybe. She started and Minma looked at her. Maybe I wasn't able to master Father's Hiraishin, but that doesn't mean I don't know how it works, Minma. She ended, and they heard Naruto's smirk. Naruko looked at him and saw his look that told that was a good one. And she smirked too. What's so funny, sis? Minma asked, pissed off a little. Nothing. It's just that you still think of me like I am always worst from you in fighting. And what we sees here. You just wanted to look cool with Father's jutsu and show that you were better than him. Naruko said, making Minma totally pissed off. So, you think you will win? He said with angry voice. You think you will win because of this single moment? He said and looked at her with anger in his voice. I will show you the real power. A power of Kyuubi chakra, he shouted, and everyone besides Gaara, Naruto, and Naruko shivered, completely forgetting that Naruko and Minma didn't have any Kyuubi chakra. This is my chance, she thought, and make a single hand signs, Kagabunshin no Jutsu. She said, and besides her appeared one shadow clone who started to make a Rasengan. When Rasengan was complete, she launched herself with full speed at Minma, making everyone but Gaara and Naruto thinking, is she crazy? She can't win against someone who used Kyuubi chakra. But Minma thought about something else. She still thinks she can win? Let's see. He started to call for Kyuubi chakra, but nothing happened. Everyone was confused and saw that Naruko is right in front of him. I see. I forget we don't have Kyuubi chakra anymore. Minma thought, and Naruko connected her Rasengan with his body and yelled, Futon. Rasengan. Minma was sent to arena wall again and lost consciousness. Everyone's eyes widened with confusion why Minma can't use Kyuubi chakra, but then Naruko spoke. You have bad memory, Minma. You forget we can't use Kyuubi chakra anymore. She then looked at Kakashi, who had wide eyes, but then saw that she looked at him. Kakashi woke up from shock and cough, ahem, caught everyone attention to him. Winner by blackout in 11th match is Naruko Namikaze. Doctors, please take Minma to hospital. Doctors rushed to Minma, and they put him on a stretcher and went to hospital. Naruko started to walk towards Naruto with a smile, but her parents interrupted. That was a good match, Naruko. Kushina said, I didn't know you were that strong. I'm not that strong, I just have tactic to taunt him and make him to try and use Kyuubi chakra when I knew we can't. Then I saw an opening and attack him, she said with a smile, and her parents also smile. Let's go, Naruko, everyone wants to congratulate you. Minato said, sorry, I want to go to Nizan, she said, and went to Naruto, ignoring everyone else. Kushina and Minato looking at her when she started to talk with Naruto. She is really close with him, Kushina said with a smile, but then her smile dropped and asked her husband, you still sure you want to do this? She will hate us forever after that. I know, but this is for village's good. I must do it, Minato said, and went with Kushina to Konoha teams. To Naruko and Naruto. Naruko rushed at her brother, and when she was near him, she launched herself to hug him and shouted, I did it, Nizan. You saw it? Yes, yes, I saw everything, he said and chuckled, and meantime he patted her head, making her blush. So and when we will be going? She asked, whispering that no one, only Naruto can hear. We will see in due time. I hope break between third part will be long enough, he said. Also, I want you to come to my apartment tonight. Okay, he asked. Sure, but why? she agreed and asked confused and blushed a little. You will see, he said and smiled at her. Her blush was even harder due to all things she thought maybe he want to do this? No, no, no. I'm his sister. What am I thinking? But maybe, she thought, and Naruto looked at her confused. Oh man, don't tell me she fall in love with me. But if you will look at her, she is pretty, strong and funny at the same time. He thought with a little blush, troublesome. He said to himself, and Naruko looked at him confused. You said something, Mizan? She asked, still with hard blush. No. He said, let's watch next fight, okay? It's about to start. She nodded, and that started to look at Kakashi, who was telling who will fight next. Arena. Okay, everyone. Sorry for little break, but we must to repair arena. Kakashi said and pressed a button, and 12th match will face Gaara of the Sand versus Alonso from Kiri. Please come down. They do what Kakashi said and went to their spots. Kakashi looked at them and asked, ready? They nodded and he said, fight. And he jumped back. I have disadvantage due to non-water in this place. But I heard that he used sand. I don't have a chance with him. With that he raised his hand and said, I surrender, and went to his comrades. No one from Kiri passed due to lack of water here. Winner in this match is Gaara of the Sand. Gaara then went to his siblings, but looked at Naruto, who was talking with Naruko. What happened to you, my friend? Gaara thought, but was interrupted when Kakashi shouted, and next will be match between. Kakashi pressed a button and looked at screen and turned his look at everyone. Rock Lee versus Temari of the Sand? Please come down here. They do as he said, but Lee shouted, Tamarizan, let's do our best match in our youth life. Everyone's sweat dropped. Good luck, Lee. Show them your power of youth. Guy shouted, Hi, Gazensei. Lee shouted back. They took their spots and Kakashi looked at them. Ready? He asked and they nodded. Start. He shouted and jumped back. Lee jumped in the air and shouted, Dynamiku Tori. Aimed for her head, but she as fast as she could pull out her fan and said, Daikamete no Jutsu, making Lee fly away. That was close one, she whispered to herself. You did good, Tamarizan, but no more holding back. I will show you my power of youth. Lee shouted and take off his weights, making two big explosion. He then disappears from her vision, and she started to look around wondering where he is. Where is he? He is too fast. Everyone can't see his movement besides Minato, Kushina, Guy, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Kakashi, who take off his headband. Where was his Sharingan, who saw it barely? But Naruto active his Kitsune eyes and saw him like he was running in circle, and Temari was in the center. Lee then lunged himself at Temari, but she still didn't know where is he, but realized it too late when Lee shouted, Konoha de Zenpu, and kicked her in the air, and then kicked her 2 more times in the air, and finished with kicking her in the floor. When she was on the floor, power from hit Crete small crater and smoke. When smoke disappeared, they saw Temari laid in the floor unconscious. Winner in 13th match is Rock Lee. Doctors, please take Temari to the hospital. Kakashi shouted. Lee went to his friends and was greeted by Guy. Lee, that was great match. You showed all of us your power of youth. I'm proud of you. They launched themselves at each other and hugged, and in the background appeared rainbow, forest, birds, and sun with a smile. Gazensei, thank you for everything. Lee shouted with tears flow from his eyes like a river. No problem, Lee. Guy also started to cry. Gazensei, Lee, Gazensei, Lee. Everyone started to yell, Kai, like this was some kind of jinjutsu, but this didn't work. But all of a sudden, big killer intent was released. They looked at the source and saw Naruto with Kitsune eyes. Shut up, both of you, before I will kill you. Right here. Right now. And if you ever done this in front of me, you can say goodbye to your lives. Understand? He shouted like never before, and Guy with Lee nodded in terror and stopped this. What they doing? Everyone was glad that Naruto did this, and they all whispered, Thank you. You saved us. Naruto then turned his look at Kakashi with look continue. Kakashi nodded and said, Okay. Everyone, this will be last match in preliminary. Also, as you knew, one person will pass without fight, so let's see who will fight and who will pass without fight. Kakashi said and pressed a button. Last time. Last fight will be between Jimba from IWA versus James from Kusa. That means Hyuga Hinata will pass without fight. Okay, please come down here, you two. They went to their spots and Kakashi looked at them. Ready? They nodded. Fight. Kakashi shouted and jumped back. He saw like 2 of them lunged at each other. To Konoha teams. You are lucky, Hinata. You don't even have to fight. Kiba shouted. "Tu no, but Tu wanted to show in Naruto-kun how strong Tu am." Hinata said with sadness. "Give up on him." Niji said. "W." Hinata asked with wide eyes. "Give up on him. He isn't the same and never will be." Niji said, and some of them nodded. "No one here can change him and she can." Niji pointed at Naruko. "Niji is right," Shikamaru said, and everyone looked at him. "We all didn't even talk to him when she still want to be around him even after what he has done today and back there in prison. We are just too afraid to speak with him. She want to change him, even if she knows she won't be able to change him completely." They all looked sad at the ground. "Maybe we can talk with him after preliminaries?" Sakura asked. "I doubt it," Shikamaru said. "Why?" Sasuke asked. "You didn't heard what they was talking about before Naruko's match?" They shook as a no. "And you heard?" Ino asked. "Well, no, but she agreed on something. That means they will be busy in maybe a few days," Shikamaru said, and everyone nodded. They heard that Kakashi shouted about winner. Arena. Winner in last match is Jimba from IWA. Doctors take other one to the hospital. After James was nowhere in arena, Tsunade come down and stood besides Kakashi. "Everyone who win come down here," she shouted, and with that Naruto, Sasuke, Choji, Niji, Kiba, Shikamaru, Sakura, Ino, Stone from IWA, Hana from Kyuso, Naruko, Gaara, Lee, Jimba from IWA, and Hinata stood in front of her in a row. Tsunade then pulled out some kind of vase and said, "Okay, everyone, last part of exam will start in 1 month from now in Konoha. In start, there will be 7 matches, and 1 person will be automatically cast into the quarterfinals. Now, one by one, come in and take out 1 piece of paper on which it will be a number." Everyone did as she said. "Now I will tell you how the battles will look like. Number 1 will fight with number 15. Number 2 with 14, and so on. Finally, the number 8 will be thrown into the quarter finale. Then the fights will be fought with those who won their match. Please, show the numbers and we'll put you in the match tables." Everyone showed her their numbers, and she gave them to Kakashi. "That's all I wanted to say. You have 1 month to prepare. Now let's see who will fight with who." On the screen appeared a match table. First match, Naruto vs. Jimba from IWA. Second match, Sasuke vs. Lee. Third match, Gaara vs. Hana from Kusa. Fourth match, Stone from IWA vs. Choji. Fifth match, Hinata vs. Niji. Sixth match, Ino vs. Shikamaru. Seventh match, Naruko vs. Sakura. Who will pass to quarterfinals? Kiba. With that, everyone leaves, but Naruto stay. "What is it, Naruto?" Tsunade asked, and bit worried. "I will leave for a 1-month trip for train," Naruto said. "And what if I don't let you?" Tsunade asked cocky. "I wasn't asking you for permission, I just told you. Also, I will take Naruko with me. We will leave tomorrow at 10 a.m. Naruto said, looking at Tsunade with cold eyes. "Okay, you can go. Just don't cause trouble," she said, and he nodded and then leaves. "You think this a good idea?" Minato asked. "Of course not," Tsunade said inside. "Then why you give him a permission?" Kushina asked, pissed off, knowing that Naruko will be alone with Naruto. What I can do? He is stronger than all of us," Tsunade said and started to leave. "You are dismissed." And with that she leaves. And so everyone, to Naruto and Naruko. "Naruko," Naruto shouted. Naruko looked behind her and saw that Naruto called her. "What is it, Nizan? Go to your home and take the necessary things and come to me. You sleep with me today," he said, and she blushed. Sure. I will be back in no time," Naruko said nervously. "Also, we will be going tomorrow at 10 a.m. on our trip," Naruto said with a smile, and she started to hug him. "Thank you, Nizan," she shouted at Let Go Naruto. "I will come in few hours to your apartment," she said and waved her hand to him. He chuckled. "Might as well make her own weapon. Let's buy some chakra metal bars, like 8 or so," Naruto thought, and went to direction where was shop with materials. Naruto's apartment. Naruto has come to his place after buying chakra metal bars, some food, and a map. He pulled out a map and lay it on the table. I should also start to make weapon design, but first let's plan our trip," Naruto thought, and started to make a plan. He needed to find a forge to make weapon for Naruko. Then someone knocked on his door. "Come in," Naruto shouted. That person opened the door and revealed Naruko. "I'm here, Narutonii," she shouted and closed the door. "Okay, I'm in the kitchen if you need something," he shouted back, and she started to walk towards kitchen and saw Naruto besides a map. What are you doing, Nizan? Naruko asked. I'm planning our trip, Naruto said and smiled at her. So where are we going? Naruko asked. I thought about Sunna. I need to go to the forge to make some weapon. Naruto said. Another one? Naruko pouted from irritation, and he looked at her. Only weapons. I need to make new weapon. I'm the best weaponsmith. You don't even have time to spend your time with sister due to forging or doing missions. She mumbled to herself, walking around, and Naruto chuckled. Don't worry, we will have 3 full days to train on our way. Then I will write you some training routine and in meantime will be doing new weapon. Naruto said, patting her head. She smirked a bit and blushed a little. Nah. I will help you with your work so we can went to another destination faster, she said, and Naruto chuckled. No, he said, and she pouted. This is a surprise. And also I will show you how to make Rasengan stronger, and to do that you need train really hard, he said, and she looked at him and nodded in agreement. So, where we will be going after you make your weapon? She said, still pouted. You will see. But I can tell you that only I can go there and no one else, Naruto said, and looked at Naruko, who stared at him in awe. Now, you take everything you need, he asked, and she nodded. Good. Now go to sleep in my room. I will take a couch, he said, and grabbed a map and then put it in his bag. It's all right, you can sleep with Madame if you want, she said and blushed. Okay, Naruto said, also blushing but only a little. But I will come later, I need to draw a project, he said, and went for paper and started to draw how should look new katana. I will go take a shower in meantime, Nizan, Naruko said, and went to bathroom. Naruto sighed. She really fell in love with me. Naruto chuckled and went back to drawing. 30 minutes later, Naruko leaves bathroom and went to check on Naruto. He finished drawing, and she was about to look at it, but Naruto interrupted. Any Naruko, I told you this is surprise, didn't I? He asked behind her. She gulped and rubbed her head, turned around and said, I forget. Sorry, Naruto. Naruko laughed nervously. Yeah. Now that you are here, you want something to eat? Naruto asked, and she nodded. You have ramen? Naruko asked and smiled at him. Yeah, I wanted to make one for myself. Now 2 also for you, Naruto said with a smile. They started to talk about random thing when they ate and went to Naruto's room. None of them can sleep due to thing that they are in the same room, in the same bed. So, Naruto started, and she turned her head to him. What affinities you have? He asked. Wind and water, Naruko said. And you? All, Naruto said, and turned his head at her to meet with her eyes that stared at him in awe. Wow. And what affinity you have the strongest? She asked. I will tell you in what order from the strongest to the weakest, Naruto said. First is wind, then fire, lightning, water, and earth. Also I have one more affinity that no one can have, Naruto said, a bit sad. What is it, and why are you sad? Naruko asked, worried. It's about my father figure, and I can't tell you, Naruto said, and he saw that Naruko is sad about it. I can tell you, but I will need to do one thing to you, Naruto said. She blushed hard and asked, W-I-S-I-I-T? I will need to place seal on your memories that no one will know about it, Naruto said. So you want to do this? To think, yes, Naruko said in hesitation. Okay, I will tell you what kind of seal it is, Naruto said, and she nodded. So this will be seal similar to mine when you saw in council meeting. So no one will be able to look in your mind, but only if you give them your permission, he said, and got up and said, got up and sit there, I need to prepare some things, okay? She nodded and sit on the end of the bed, only in her sleeping shirt and shorts. Naruto then left the room. When he came back, she saw only a knife. She was a bit scared. Don't worry, I won't do anything to you, Naruto said, and she sighed in relief. So what I need to do? She asked. Just sit still, and I will tell you in right time what you need to do, he said, and she nodded. He stared to make some hand signs that she didn't recognize and said, Dim Tun, Mimmersher Shiru, A/N. It means memory shield seal. He slashed fingertip and said, fast sip it now. And she do as he said. After some time, she started to feel headache and then black out. Naruko's mindscape. She woke up in her mindscape. Huh? My mindscape? She asked herself, and someone said, yes. She looked at direction where that voice come from and saw Naruto. Naruto? Yes, he asked. What are you doing here? She asked, confused. I'm not real Naruto, I'm just a guardian for your memories just like you. I only here to help you defend from others who want to look inside your head. He said with a smile. So now you can tell me everything, she asked. Yes. But you want it here or in real world? Naruto asked. Is there any difference? Naruko asked. Yes. I can transfer my memories to you here. Or tell you like normal person in real world. He said. So show me here, she said. As you wish. He then started to walk towards her, and when he was in front of her, he touched her forehead. She collapsed. After that, she started to see every memory Naruto has. All beatings, fights, who he killed, and lastly that his father figure was Kyuubi, and that he is dead. But what shocked her is that how powerful he is and that he isn't human anymore but demon, and how he looks in his demon form. Also, she didn't saw anything from today's day. She then stood up and looked at him. I know. You might now hate me that I'm no longer a human but demon, and that the Kyuubi was my father figure, he said without emotions. You will wake up now in real world. He touched her forehead, and she started to fade away. Real world. Naruto looked at her when she went unconscious. After some minutes, she opened her eyes and quickly sat up. So I assume you know the truth now, he said, and she nodded. So, how does it feel have demon as a brother? He asked a bit sad. You aren't a demon, you are still Naruto. Then she started to cry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Naruto-ni, she said between sobs. For what? He asked confused. That I wasn't here for you back then, she said still crying. Then Naruto hugged her and started to calm her down. Shoo. It's not your fault. It's your parents' fault that they didn't tell you about me, he said with anger. Let's go to sleep, we need to wake up early, he said, and she nodded. They went to bed and lay down, and then feel that Naruko hugged his right arm. He looked at her and kisses her forehead. Good night, Naruko. She blushed hard and said, Gee, good night, and Naruto-ni. And with that, they went to sleep. 7 a.m. next day. Naruto woke up and tried to get up, but he feels some weights on him. He looked down and saw Naruko laid on his chest. He chuckled and said quietly, Naruko, wake up, we need to prepare for our trip. Naruko opened her eyes and sit up on his stomach half asleep. Good morning, Nizan. She started to stretch her arms. Naruko, he said, tried not to laugh. Yeah, she asked. Can you get off of me? He said, chuckled. Huh. She opened her eyes and saw that she is on top of Naruto. She blushed really hard and said, Sorry, Nizan. She tried to get up but failed when she falls on her but on the floor. In that moment, Naruto can't hold back his laugh. She started to pout. After a few minutes and stopped his laugh and said, Go take a bath. I will prepare us and make some food, he said and got up. Naruko nodded and went to take a bath. He went to kitchen and started to make a ramen, then started to pack his thing. Then Naruko leave a bathroom with her usual clothes and went to kitchen. Done already? He asked, and she nodded. Go and eat, I will take a bath as well in meantime, he said, and went to take a bath. Why Nizan didn't catch when I was falling? She asked herself. But it's good to see him laughing, she said and smiled. I will wait for him. I can't eat in his house where he isn't with me, she said and crossed her arm and started to wait for her brother. After a few minutes later, he leaves bathroom with also his usual clothes and went to kitchen to eat. He saw that Naruko didn't eat. Hey, I told you that you don't need to wait for me with food, he said, and meantime he rubbed his head. I know, but I want to eat with you, Nizan, she said with fake tears in her eyes. Oh man. Don't tell me that she really loved me that much. Naruto, those sweat dropping in now. Don't cry. I will eat with you, he said and patted her head nervously. She then started to smirk with victory. What have I got myself into? He asked himself out loud, and Naruko chuckled. He sat beside her. They started to eat. They talked about random things. They looked at clock and saw that it is 9:30 a.m. Naruto got up and said, Let's go. Take your stuff. But before, make sure you have everything. She nodded and take her backpack and checked if she have everything, and he do the same. He then take his backpack, but he made a seal on his hand and sealed his backpack. She looked at him and he sweat dropped. W? He asked nervously. Can you seal mine too? She asked. Wait, you telling me that you don't know how to make a simple storage seal? He asked, and she shook her head as a no. Oh damn. Your parents even teach you about sealing? She shook her head again. Come here, I will make you seal on your hand, then I will teach you how to make your own. She nodded. 5 minutes later, when Naruto finished her seal, he sealed there her backpack. Now make simple rat seal, and your backpack will appear. Later I will teach you how to do this without hand signs, he said, and she nodded. They checked if they packed everything. They walk out from Naruto's apartment, and they are now on the road to the Konoha West Gate. Naruko was walking behind Naruto, and all of a sudden she smirked and lunged herself on Naruto's back. He fast catches her. "What are you doing?" he asked with small blush, and she blushed as well. "Carry me on your back," she said. "Do I have to?" he asked, and she started to fake cry. "Fine, fine," he said, and she chuckled and wrapped her arms around his neck. Man, she need to stop doing it. What am I talking about? She will never stop this. He thought and sighed before whispering troublesome. West Konoha Gates. Naruto and Naruko on their way talked about random things like what kind of training Naruko will have. They saw gates and also saw Konoha 12, senseis, Tsunade, Jiraiya, Minato, Kushina, and Minma. He is now in front of Hokage. "Why are you here, Tsunade?" Naruto asked. "To say goodbye to you," she answered. "I don't care about goodbyes from you guys," he said, and looked at Naruko, who is looking at him with again fake tears. "I swear you will get me killed with these tears, even if they aren't real." He then turned his head to rest and heard that Naruko chuckled. He sighed. "Make it fast," he said. "First, where are you going?" Minato asked. "I speak only to Hokage, Minato," Naruto said with venom when he said his name, making everyone shiver. "So where are you going, Naruto?" Tsunade asked. "First Sunna, and then we don't know," he said. "I will send a letter to Kazekage. Since Gaara is here, they give temporarily someone's Kazekage title that you and Naruko will arrive." "You want to tell me something before you go?" she asked. "Yes." He looked at Naruko and she nodded and get off of Naruto. He then turned his look at Tsunade. "Don't disqualify us when we will not arrive at time. Just move our matches for later," he said, and she nodded. "Then we will be going. Come on, Naruko. Say goodbyes and let's get going to Sunna," he said, and waited for Naruko. After a few minutes they left Konoha. After that everyone went to do their things. 1 hour after leaving Konoha, Naruto and Naruko was on their way to Sunna talking about random things. Then Naruto stopped and started to looking at trees. "Hey, Naruko," he called Naruko. "Yeah?" Naruko asked. "I know you train chakra manipulate that you can do Rasengan," he said, and she nodded. "But you trained element manipulation?" he asked, and saw her shake her head as no. Okay, look at my hand." She looked at his right hand and saw that he made simple Rasengan. "This is simple chakra manipulation, right?" She nodded. "Now look what will happen when you add element manipulation. On my example, I will add wind chakra to this," he said, and started to add wind chakra. For few seconds nothing happened and Naruko was about to say something. But then she saw that Rasengan changed his form into white shuriken. She looked at it in awe. Wow," she said, and he chuckled. He then canceled his jutsu and turned his head to her. "This jutsu is called Futon. Rasen Shuriken. This is S-rank jutsu. Also, I created it with every other element I can use. And I will teach you this version," he said with smile. "Really, Nizan?" she asked, and he nodded. He then jumped on the tree and ripped some leaves. Then he gave her all leaves, but take one. What?" she asked confused. "Well, you see this leaf?" he asked, and she nodded. "Watch." He then take this leaf and put it between his palms. She looked in confusion. Then he take one of his hands and there was a leaf, slice in half. "You need to do the same thing. You will do this that long when you will slice it in half like me," he said, and she nodded in confusion. "How?" she asked, rubbing her head, and laughed nervously. "You need to channel wind chakra to this. Give it a smile," he said, smiling. Naruko took one leaf and put it between her palms. She started to channel chakra to her palms, and after few seconds she opened her hands and saw a small cut. She smiled and said, "Nizan, I cut it a little." He looked at her leaf and smiled. "Yes. You can use shadow clones to speed up a process," he said, and she created 10 shadow clones. "You should be able to slice a leaf in half in 3 to 4 days," he said. "Really?" she shouted, happy. "Yes. Now go to Trini." He stopped and started to sniff air. She looked at him confused. "I know this scent. But who is it?" he thought, and after few seconds he realized who is it. Itachi? He should be dead. Sasuke killed him. But if when you will think of it, Itachi is stronger than Sasuke. That smartass did something. He chuckled and Naruko looked at him worried a bit. "And Nizan, what is it?" she asked. "Uchiha. Itachi. You can come out." Naruto shouted and Naruko froze. Then from bushes walk out figure in Akatsuki cloak. black raven hair and black eyes. I see that you are stronger, Naruto, Itachi said, and Naruto smirked. After 6 years in blood prison. You can say that, he said and active his kitsune eyes. So what do you want? He asked. Calm down. I'm not after you. But if you want to know that Akatsuki aren't after Biju for 4 years. Itachi said. Why? Naruto asked, still with kitsune eyes active. When we received information that you are in blood prison, we can't do anything to take you. Itachi said. You know, only what you needed to do is kill Mui, to break his seal? Naruto asked, narrowing his eyes. We know that, but he still could put his seal on us too. Itachi said. True. But tell me, why are you here? You started to annoy me, Naruto said while his anger rose. Right. Tell me, do you want revenge? Itachi asked. Revenge? On who? Naruto asked. Konoha. I know you hate it, Itachi said, and then he looked at Naruko. You hate it too. But your hate is lower than his, he said, and Naruto looked at Naruko. That's true? Naruto asked Naruko. She nodded and said, after what they did to you? How can I not feel hate towards them? What about your family? Naruto asked. You are also my family, she said. Maybe yes, but still. What about your parents and Minma? Naruto asked. I don't know. She lowered her head sad. Don't be sad, okay? He said, and she nodded and smiled. So what are your business with me? Naruto turned his head to Itachi. I want to ask you if you want to join Akatsuki? Itachi said, and Naruto's and Naruko's eyes widened in surprise about this proposition. Why should I? Naruto asked, still surprised. You will get family, and you can get your revenge, Itachi said. Family? Naruto asked, surprised and confused. In Akatsuki, we are family. No one will betray you. We help each other. So, what do you say? Itachi asked. Naruto turned his sight to Naruko, who still can't believe that they want her brother. Then Naruto asked, still looking at Naruko, can she join with me eventually? Naruko's eyes widen and Naruto can see some tears in her eyes. He smiled at her and turned his head at Itachi, who nodded. Okay, but give us a time, okay? Naruto asked. How many? Itachi asked. 6 months. I want to see if Konoha will change. If they want my forgiveness, or they still will be like now. Naruto said. Like now? Itachi asked, narrowing his eyes in confusion. They are arrogant, but most Minma and your brother. He still seek power even after your Naruto stopped, and Itachi asked, what? How are you alive? Naruto asked in confusion. My stupid brother didn't realize that Itachi he fought was blood clone. Itachi said. Then how he have eternal Manjikyu Sharingan? Naruto asked. That blood clone had my father's Manjikyu Sharingan. Itachi said. I see. And you? You have EMS? Naruto asked. Yes. Itachi said and activated his EMS. Whose eyes you transplanted? Naruto asked, and Itachi deactivated his eyes. My mother. Itachi said. I see. So, will Akatsuki give me 6 months to think? Naruto asked. Sure. In 6 months, Tobi will appear with me besides you. Itachi said, and Naruto nodded. Farewell, Naruto, Naruko. Itachi said, and disappeared with crows. They started to walk towards Sunna in silence while Naruko trained. Nizan? Naruko speak first after some minutes. Yes? Naruto asked. Will you join them? Naruko asked, a bit sad. I don't know. But will you join with me if I will decide to join them? Naruto asked, and he looked at her. I think. Naruko stared to rub her chin and finally said, I think, yes, she said with smile. Are really? He asked, a bit surprised, and she nodded. But you will know what that mean? He asked, worried. S-ranked criminal. Rouge and everyone will hunt me down? Yes, I know, and I don't care. I want to be with you, Nizan, she said with blush, and she looked at her also with blush. Thanks, he said still with blush. Now train, you need to be strong if you want win in Jonin exam, he said. I can't win, she said a bit sad. Why? He asked confused. Because I know you make it to finals, and even if I will be able to, I know you will win, she said. But you will be able to fight back. And also I can have my fun there fighting you, he said and smiled at her. She looked at him and smiled. Maybe. But you can only use your kitsune eyes, she said with a smirk. I know. Besides, I don't want them to find out about my eyes, he said. Now do more shadow clones and train, he said. Why? she shouted. First, I your teacher. Second, don't yell. You know about my senses. My ears hurt, he said, rubbing his ears. Sorry. I forgot, she said and laughed nervously. After that, they started to talk about random thing, while Naruko trained with 20 shadow clones behind her. After some distance, they always stopped to catch some leaves from trees. When they reached the desert, they picked up more leaves than usual. On the road through the desert to the village of Sunna. In front of Sunna's main gates, Naruto and Naruko arrived few seconds ago in front of Sunna's gates. During these 3 days, Naruko was able to slice leaves in half. Naruto told her that next training she will be doing after he finished new weapon, because in the next stage in this training she might get injured because of this jutsu when she don't focus on elemental manipulation and chakra manipulation. All of a sudden, one of Sunna ninja approached them. You are Konoha ninja, right? Naruto no Yoko and Naruko Namikaze Uzumaki, he asked, and they nodded. Follow me. They do as he said and went after him. Hey, Naruto said to Sunna ninja, and he turned his head to them. Did you guys have the forge in this village? Naruto asked. Yes. Why you asking? Sunna ninja asked. Can I use it? Naruto asked. How long? Sunna asked. 1 to 2 days, then we will leave. Naruto said. I think yes. But you need to ask temporary Kazekage for permission. Sunna said, and Naruto nodded. Kage's tower. They stopped in front of darkwood doors, and Sunna ninja said, Wait here, I will inform Kazekage about you. They nodded in agreement, and he walked in Kazekage's office. So, Naruko said, and Naruto looked at her. What should I do when you will forge your weapon? She asked, and Naruto placed his hand on his cheek. He started to think, and after some seconds he said, You will try to get better chakra control, and after we leave Kage's office we will go to our temporary house and I will place gravity seals on you and give you some weights for training. He said, Why seals and weights? She asked, confused. So you can be stronger and faster. Also, I will use seals on me, so I can train in meantime when I will forging new weapon. He said, and then he remembered something. Also, before I will give you this seals and weights, I have one request. He said and laughed nervously. What is it, Nizan? She asked. Can you please buy for me some materials to decorate a hilt in this weapon? He asked, rubbing his head. Sure, but what kind of material? She asked. Some cotton cords in 2 colors. He said. What colors? She asked. I don't know. You choose, he said and smiled at her, making her blush a little. Sure, Naruto, she said and covered her face a little with her jacket, and then Sunna ninja walk out of the office. You can come in, he said. Kazekage's office. Naruto and Naruko walk in the office and saw Kazekage. Hello, Konoha ninja, he greeted them. I heard that you need to use our forge, right? He asked and pointed at Naruto. Yes, Kazekage-sama. Naruto said. How long you want to use it? Kazekage asked. 1 to 2 days should be enough. Also, I wanted to know if there is material shop or something similar. Naruto said. Yes, he is right besides the forge. Kazekage said. Now here are your keys and map that will lead the way to your apartment. Kazekage throw their keys and map to Naruto, and he catches it. Forge is right in front of your apartment, so you can sleep if you're tired. Kazekage said and smiled. Thank you, Kazekage-sama. This is all, we will take our leave then. Naruto said, and Kazekage nodded. After that, Naruto and Naruko says goodbyes and left Kazekage's office and then tower, and they started to walk towards their apartment. Naruto's and Naruko's apartment. They opened the door and walk into their apartment. Then Naruto turned around and saw that forge is right in front their apartment, just like Kazekage said, and on the left from the forge is material shop. Naruto then turned to Naruko. Naruko, he called her. Yes, Naruto, she asked. Can you go and but these materials now? So you don't need to go for them later. Naruto said, smiling. Sure, but I don't have any money with me. Naruko said, sad. Then Naruko unsealed his backpack and reached for wallet that have some money. He then pull out about 20.000 Rio and give her that. Here, you can have the rest, but buy these materials and some food for us, okay? He said, and she nodded and went to material shop. Naruto then went to living room and sit about Naruko's training for next 2 days. After several minutes, Naruko come back. Nizan, I'm back, she shouted. I'm in the living room, he shouted back, and she went to living room and saw that Naruto was sitting and thinking about something. Show me what you bought, he said, and she pulled out some cotton cords in black and blood red color. And usual for food ramen. Thank you, Naruko. These are really good colors, he said smiling, and she blushed. Why, you welcome, she said covering her face with jacket. Let's eat and then I will put these gravity seals on you and me, he said, and she nodded. After they ate, Naruto went to desk and pulled out some ink and paper and started paint gravity seal on paper. He did 2 seals, one for himself and one for Naruko. Naruko, come here, he said, calling Naruko. What is it? Naruko asked. Come here and lift your shirt, Naruto said with a little blush. Naruko's face was now dark red. Why? She asked uneasy. 2 need to put these seal on your belly, he said with a blush. Oh, okay, she said and lifted her shirt. Naruto then come closer to her and put piece of paper with gravity seal and started to do hand signs and said, Fuinja, Jurioka Shiru, A/N. It means gravity seal. On her belly appear this seal. Then he did the same to himself. Now if you wanted to active these seal, you need to do dragon hand sign. To add more gravity to your body, you need to do dragon and snake hand sign and think how much you want to increase your gravity. Same goes to decrease. And for deactivate this seal, you need to do dog hand sign and say kai. These seal after activation and deactivation become invisible and they are permanent, Naruto said. And activate his seal and think how much he want to increase gravity. After few seconds, he went to his knees. Are you all right, Nizan? Naruko asked worried. Yeah, I just increased gravity, Naruto said, standing up barely. How much? She asked. 10 times stronger, he said, rubbing his head. Now your turn and just increase 2 times, okay? He said, and she nodded and do the same thing what Naruto did and increase her gravity 2 times, and she went to one knee and stand up barely. How do you feel? He asked worried a bit. Gee, good. I didn't know it's that hard to stand after that, she said. Yeah, I know. Okay, now if you will be able to walk normally, then increase gravity to 3 times, he said. And for training, this will be mostly physical like running laps, push-ups, sit-ups, and other things. He then take a paper from his pocket and give it to Naruko. Her eyes widen. I need to do this all, she yelled. Yes. After you did all of this, you can have a 4-hour break before you will do it again, Naruto said with smile. Why, you are kidding, right? She asked, still a bit shocked. No, he said with serious face. If you want to go with me to Etoto when I have activated Kitsune eyes, you need to be fast. I didn't tell you, but you remember how Lee was fighting? He asked. How could I? I can't even saw him, Naruko said, pouted. I saw clearly everything because of my eyes, he said, and she was shocked. Now enough talking. Go train, and I in meantime will be doing this sword. And again, thanks for materials, he said with bright smile before left. She started to pout and thoughts, maybe he is my brother that I love that way, but he can give me some break in training. He should walk with me a bit, or eat with me, or we can be alone. She started to have blush and started daydreaming, but she quickly woke up from daydreaming about her and Naruto alone and went outside to train. 2 days later. For the last 2 days, nothing much happened. Naruto was forging katana for Naruko, while Naruko in meantime trained as best as she could. And when she has break, she was walking to Naruto to look at his work, but he always says her that when she has break, she should train her chakra control. She have now gravity increased 4 times while Naruto 15 times. Naruto now finished his work, and he hide weapon for Naruko and storage seal he made. He walked to their apartment and saw that Naruko was sleeping on couch in living room. He walked up to her and said to her ear, Wake up, sleeping beauty. We need to go to another destination. With that, she quickly wake up and she was blushing. Bibaka, don't do that again, she said, covering her face with her arms, and he laughed. Let's go. We need to report to Kazekage that we are leaving, he said, and packed his things to his backpack while Naruko do the same, but to her backpack. When they was done, they move out to Kazekage's office. After report, they left Sunna some minutes ago. Naruto stopped and looked around to look if someone is there. When he saw that there are no one besides Naruko and Naruto, he bit his finger and went through several hand signs and said, Kuchiyos no Jutsu, and in a poof of smoke appeared Hachi. Hello, Naruto, and Hachi greeted them, but he doesn't know how the other person's name is. Naruko, Naruto's biological sister, she said with a smile. Then Hachi looked at Naruto with wide eyes and Naruto nodded. So, what do you need, Naruto? Hachi asked. I want you to take us to Fox Realm, Naruto said. Why, and should know that no one without our contract shouldn't go to our realm, Hachi said with serious look. I know, but you can trust her. She will tell nobody about this. Also, they will never know about it, Naruto said. Why is that? Hachi asked. Naruto put memory shield seal on me and show me every memory he has. Naruko said, and Hachi looked at Naruto again with wide eyes. Really? Hachi asked, and Naruto nodded. Well then, this is another story. Hachi said and smiled at Naruko. Hachi went through several hand signs and said, Gyaka Kuchios no Jutsu. And they disappeared and appeared in unknown place to Naruko. Fox Realm. They appear in small clearing right besides a lake. They can saw several foxes that are running towards them. They knew Naruto, but second person was mystery. And then Frost and Snow appeared. Hello Naruto and Naruko. Snow said with a smile. Hello Snow. Naruto said, Hi Snow. Naruko said, What are you two doing here, and Naruto, why you took her here? You should know about outsiders, asked Snow. Naruto then told them about her seal. Then they greeted her like one of them. I see. Well then welcome Naruko. But down to business. Why are you two here? Frost said, As you know I'm Konoha ninja now. Naruto said, and they nodded. Some of them have angry look due to knowing what they did to Naruto. I take part in Jonin exam. And last part is in 3 weeks. So I wanted to know if we can train here. Naruto said, and Naruko nodded. Sure. But can you change to your normal look, Naruto? Frost said, and Naruto nodded. Naruto do demon hand signs and said, Dem Tun, Kai. Then poof of smoke appeared where Naruto stood, and when it disappeared there stood Naruto with 9 white tails along with fox ears, chaotic whiskers, longer nails and fangs. Naruko stood there in awe even if she knew how he looks in his fox form. She started to walk up to Naruto and started to scratch him behind his right ear. He started to blush and enjoyed this feeling. He started to get closer to Naruko, and in the end, he collapsed beside her leg and leaned against it. She kneeled and again started to scratch his ear, but now left one. She blushed and shouted, Kawaii. He snapped and looked at her still blushing, Don't DDOIT again. He said, covering his face with his tails. When he looked at his hand, he remembered about katana. He stood up and looked at Naruko with look stand up. She stood up and was a little worried. What? She asked worried a little. He make one hand signs and in a poof of smoke katana appeared. She saw katana with 4 feet 3 inches long blade that was colored, half black and hilt with black and blood red cotton cords. Wow, she said. He looked at her and smiled. Then something unexpected happened for Naruko. Naruto, give her that katana. Huh, she said, confused at the gesture. What? It's yours. Naruto said smiling. She looked at him and started to cry. She then walked up to him and hugged him tight, and so Naruto. Everyone there smiled at them. Thank you. She whispered. You don't need to thank me. That's my present for you for being besides me after I was released from prison. He said smiling, but from his eye single tear dropped. He wrapped his tails around them, and after some time she fell asleep. Naruto then turned to look at elders. We will start training tomorrow. So if someone can please wake us up, okay? He said, and Snow nodded. After that, Naruto laid on grass with Naruko still wrapping his tails around them, and in the end, he also fell asleep. Some foxes saw that, and they joined them and also fell asleep besides them. Fox Realm. Next day, Naruko started to wake up, but she feel like something are holding her. She opened her eyes and saw Naruto. She blushed. Then she looked around and saw that he wrapped his tails around them. Some other foxes who joined them and are asleep, and her new sword. She chuckled silently. She then looked at Naruto and saw that he is still asleep. She takes deep breath and said with a blush, Naruto, wake up. Then she started to stretch him behind his ear, and he smiled and blushed. After some seconds he opened his eyes, but she don't pay attention to this. Then he saw Naruko that scratched his ear, and he started to blush more. Stop, he said, and that catch Naruko's attention, and she blushed madly. All right, she said and stopped. He then looked around and saw other foxes asleep. He then looked at Naruko and saw that he wrapped his tails around them. He unwrapped his tails and got up just like her. Then Snow and Frost walk up to them. Good morning, Naruto, Naruko. Snow said, and Frost nodded. Good morning, Snow, Frost. Naruto and Naruko said. Naruto, I have a question about your seal. Frost said, yes? Is something wrong? He asked, how did you do this seal? Frost asked, I give her my blood, and then I did demonic hand signs and said jutsu name. What about it? Naruto asked confused. You should know this when male fox demon give female his blood. She became? Frost stopped due to smirking about this situation. Became what? Is this something wrong? Naruto shouted. And no. Frost is still smirking, it's just… She became your mate. Frost said and laughed. There was silence. Long silence. Then Naruto and Naruko looked at each other and then at Frost. They shouted. Why, you are kidding, right? Right. Naruto said nervously. And no. Frost said, still laughing. Naruto holed his nose and started to think, well shit, now she will love me more. But when you think of it, it can't be that bad. I think. Troublesome. But Naruko's mind totally exploded too, and Naruto and I are together? This is dream. I know this is dream. But I don't want it to be a dream. What to do? What to do? What to do? Naruko thought, but was interrupted by Naruto. She saw him blushing, but not that much like she. Naruko, you okay? Naruto said. Why yeah, she said. It's just… IIT was unexpected. I know what you mean. Brother and sister together? He said. What? You don't want to be with me? She asked sad. No. It's not what I mean. It's just odd, he said. Maybe yes, but… She stopped and he looked at her. But what? He asked. I love you, she said, blushed. I know, he said, smiling. What? She asked, confused. It's quite obvious, he said, and she was confused. Naruko, the way you look at me sometimes and your behavior betrayed you some days ago. I see. So you will reject me because I'm your sister, right? She asked, sad. No, he said, and she looked at him shocked. To be honest, you are not my family. Only sister by blood, but not family. So I think it's nothing wrong, he said, smiling at her. She was happy beyond imagination. She started to cry, and in a matter of seconds she launched herself at him, and they collapsed at the ground, and what happened next was unexpected for Naruto and other foxes. She kisses him. Naruto was in shock, and she started to stop kissing due to the fact that Naruto didn't kiss her back, thought that he didn't like her that way. But she was shocked when he pulled her closer to him, and he kissed her. To be honest, everyone was shocked. After some seconds, they separate their lips from each other. In that moment, they knew that they love each other. That they don't need to tell this. Now are lovers. We need to ask one more thing. Snow said. Naruto and Naruko stood up, still blushing. Yes? Naruto asked. When this last part of that Jonin exam will start? Snow asked. No more than 3 weeks from tomorrow. Naruko said. Okay, so you should know that in this realm time is slower than on Earth. Snow said. How much? Naruto asked, a little shocked. 3 times. That means you two have about 2.5 months here to train. Snow said. They both are shocked. So what should we do? Naruto asked. Nizan, before we start training, can you tell me something about this katana? Naruko asked. Sure. Naruto said with a smile. So katana is made from chakra metal, second hardest material on Earth. I also add 2 seal that only you and me will be able to hold this katana, but I didn't activate yet. Also, you can see that katana is really light. Abilities are similar to my sword, so you could fire chakra like I when I released chakra slash on Minma and Sasuke. He said, and she nodded and looked at him in awe. This is same seal I have on my sword, he said, and unsealed his sword. Now let's active first seal that only you and me will be able to hold it. Also, I will need to add this seal to my sword. Naruto said. Okay, so what I need to do? Naruko said, and Naruto looked around in search for something similar to table or something. He found the trunk. Come with me, Naruto said, and Naruko nodded. They went to the trunk that Naruto found. Place katana here, he said, and she do as he said. He then took his sword and cut his palm. He hissed a little. Then he poured the whole katana with his blood. After few seconds, his palm healed. Now you, he said, and give her his sword. Really? She asked, a bit worried. Don't worry, I will heal it in no time, he said, and she nodded. Then she did the same as Naruto. After that was done, Naruto took her hand and started to heal it. It took a little longer than Naruto. See, he said, and kissed her cheek. She blushed and nodded. Now let's finish that seal, he said, and did some demonic hand signs before saying, Dim Tun. Fuinjutsu, Kasai Purai Bashiru. A/N. That means fire privacy seal. After that, katana started to glow in red and katana started to absorbing blood. After light faded away, katana burst in fire. Naruto, come closer to it and take it. Fire then disappeared. Someone can come to me and take this sword. I need to know if that seal work. And don't worry, this don't kill you and burn your hand a little. Naruto said. Then Hachi come to him and nodded. Naruto give him the sword and Hachi tried to hold katana but something burned his paws. So it works. Come here, Hachi. Let me heal you. Naruto said and Hachi come to him. Naruto healed his paws and turned to Naruko after gripping her katana. Now let's see if you can hold it. Naruto said and give her katana. She grabbed it and nothing happened. Naruto smirked in victory. Can we do this tomorrow to my sword, Naruko? Naruto asked and she nodded and smiled at him. Also, there is one thing you two should know, especially Naruko. Snow said. What is it? Naruko asked worried. Don't worry, this isn't bad news. But Naruko, due to drinking Naruto's blood, even if it was a bit, you received one thing. Snow said. What? Naruko asked. Like Naruto, you can't die. Snow said. Silence. This is going to be troublesome. Naruto said. Is there something we need to know also? Naruto asked. Your children also will be immortal. Snow said. Great. Naruto said and looked at Naruko, who was smiling. You are happy about this, Naruko? Naruto asked and she nodded. Why? He asked again. Because I can be with you forever. Naruko said and smiled. Naruto shivered a little and thoughts what I got myself into. So now you will be training? Snow asked. Yeah. I want to teach her Kenjutsu and also teach her how to unleash chakra from katana and taijutsu. Also, I have a quest for you, Frost. Naruto said. What is it? He asked. I know you have wind and water affinity just like Naruko, so I want you to train her some jutsu. Naruto said and Frost nodded. Naruto, we need to teach you one thing also, and if Naruko is your mate now, we can also teach her that. But first, Naruko, come closer. Frost said and Naruko comes closer to him. Frost then touched her right hand with his paws and channeled some chakra. Naruko hissed in pain and take off her jacket. What they can see is fox tattoo similar to this one that Naruto have on his right shoulder. Now you will be able to summon us as well, and also you are one of us. You are second fox summoner right after Naruto, except Kubasama. Welcome to our family, Naruko, Frost said, and Naruko was happy. Then she looked at Naruto and saw him smiling at her. Now that is done, let's talk about your training. Snow said. What training? Naruko asked. Fox Sage Mode. Something similar to Toad Sage Mode, but you can gather natural chakra moving around instead of staying in one place. Snow said. I see. I was wondering if foxes have something similar to Sage Mode. Naruto said. So where we will start, and what should we do first? Naruto asked. First, undress yourselves. Snow said, and they blushed. Why? Naruko asked, embarrassed. To feel nature chakra, you need to feel it your whole body. So it will be better and faster when you two will undress. Snow said. But you can leave your underwear, she said, and they nodded. Few minutes later, they are undressed. Naruto has black boxer shorts and Naruko has orange bikini as her underwear and D-cup breast. Naruto blushed at her look, but quickly looked back at Snow, who smirked at Naruto. Now follow me, Snow said, and they started to follow her with Frost. They arrive on a wooden bridge that was at the lake. Now sit, Snow said, and they sat. Now, only what you need to do is feel everything that surrounds you. Earth, water, air, grass, rocks, and everything else that isn't you. If you can't do this, just drench your hand with water in this lake, and you will start to feel nature that surrounds you. Snow said, and they drenched their hands. They started to feel nature energy. Their senses was sharper than before event when Naruto have really sharp senses. Wow, Naruko said, and Naruto smiled at her. She looked at him and blushed. Naruto, since you are Biju, you should be able to feel nature chakra. Snow said, and Naruto nodded. He started to concentrate, and he felt something similar that he felt when he drenched his hand. He opened his eyes, and they changed, and his eyes surrounded something blue. This is Fox Sage Mode. Imagine he have white hairs. Wow, Naruko said, started at him and blushing. That is Fox Sage Mode. Now Naruko, you will need to train to also obtain it. It will take about 1 week here. Snow said, and she nodded. So I assume I will train her after your training? Naruto asked. Yes. Snow said, and Naruto nodded. Naruko, I will build a house so we can rest after training and have a place to sleep. Okay, he said, and she nodded and smiled at him. Train as best as you can, then you will train with me. I believe in you, Naruko, he said, and smiled at her, and she blushed a little. Hi, she said, still blushing. He then went to clearing and did some hand signs, and wooden house appeared. It was big enough for one big family. She was training hard to concentrate nature chakra in her, but she quickly realized that when she absorbed too much chakra, she started to change into fox, and when she was about to change in fox, completely Snow hits her with her tail to take all nature energy from here. This process was repeated until it was able to control it. It took less than a week in this realm. After that, Naruto teach her half a day in Kenjutsu and Taijutsu, mainly in styles he created. Also some physical training similar to that she had in Sunna. Second half a day, she was taught by Frost and Wind and Water Jutsu. Naruto also taught her how to create some seals. Also, Naruto told her that better will be if she wrap her arm where she have tattoo with bandages, so no one will ask what that tattoo means, and he did the same to his tattoo. Her katana was also sealed in her right hand, and both of them was able to go into Sage mode while moving. Naruto has his gravity increased about 25 times and Naruko about 20 times. And that is how 9 weeks went in Fox Realm, where on Earth was day before exams. And do this 9 weeks, both Naruko and Naruto was really close to each other. Naruko wasn't Namikaze Uzumaki anymore, but Naruko no Yoko. They also got married in their second month there, but something happened on their second week there. Naruko started to change into fox human form like Naruto. She has golden tail, and her ear was no longer human but like fox. Naruto and Naruko was panicked, and they went to Elder. They also didn't know what that means, and the next day they came up with an idea that Naruko was half-demon because of Naruto's blood. She was happy about that. Then they taught her demonic hand signs so she can hinge into human form, and no one will detect that this is Genjutsu, even Sharingan. But something in Naruto also changed. His heirs was no longer white, but something similar to silver. Jonin exam arena. Everyone was on the arena. Civilians and ninjas. But in higher place, kages form 5 great elemental nations. From Kumo, Meitarumi from Kiri, Gaara from Sunna, who will take a part of these exam, Inoki from Iwa, and Tsunade from Konoha. In the center of arena stood everyone who passed preliminaries matches. But 2 people was missing, Naruto and Naruko. Everyone was worried about Naruko, but what worried them the most was that she is with Naruto. Then in a poof of smoke, one ninja appear in front of Chunins who pass and caught everyone's attention. Welcome to the last part of Jonin exam. My name is Yamato. Ninja named Yamato said, and looked at ninjas in front of him. He spotted that 2 of them are missing. Where is Naruto no Yoko and Naruko Namikaze Uzumaki? Everyone shrugged as they don't know. He sighed and said, we will move their matches as a last. Now rules in matches. Winner will be who knocked out his opponent. Kill him or surrender. Also, if I see that someone have no chance to win, I will end this match. Only I can interrupt the matches, understand? He asked, and they nodded. Alright, that is all. First match is between Naruto no Yoko versus Jimba from Iwa. But since Naruto isn't here, we will move the match as a last. So next in order is Uchiha Sasuke versus Rock Lee. Everyone else please go to stands and wait for your match, he said, and everyone else except Sasuke and Lee went to stands for people who will take a part of this exam. Alright, you 2 take your spots, he said, and they nodded. When they were ready, Yamato asked them, ready? And they nodded. Fight! Sasuke-san, let's make this fight full of our youth. Lee shouted and take strong fist fighting style, while Sasuke just responds with HN and take his own version of strong fist. Then they stared at each other for a few seconds, and Lee started to run at Sasuke with great speed that civilians and some ninjas can't keep up with his speed, but Sasuke smirked and activated his Sharingan and whispered, Jinju. And with that, Lee fell onto the ground unconscious. Then Yamato shouted, winner by blackout, Uchiha Sasuke. Also, he is promoted to first round of quarterfinals. And then Sasuke went to the place where everyone was waiting for their fight. Also, everyone cheered, especially fangirls. Then Yamato shouted who will fight in next match. Next match will be between Gaara of the Sand versus Hana from Kusa. Please come here and take your spots. With that, Gaara shunshin via sand to his spot in, and Hana walked also to her spot. 2 of them stared at each other and nodded to Yamato. He also nodded and shouted, begin. With that, Hana started to throw several kunais, shurikens, and even senbons, but everything was blocked by Gaara's sand. Gaara started to randomly fire his sand towards Hana. She was barely able to dodge them, but little did she know that Gaara's intention was something else. Before she realized, something grabbed her left ankle. She looked at it and saw that sand was flow up her body. Give up? Gaara said. No. She shouted, and sand was now near her neck. Gaara started to clench his fist and Hana started to feel pain in all her body. "Give up, I don't want to kill you," he said, and she looked at him and saw that he is serious, and then she nodded and all sand dropped to the ground. Yamato then shouted, "Winner by surrender, Gaara of the Sand." He also is promoted to second round in quarterfinals. He then shunshined to his Kazekage spot. Yamato then shouted, "Please Choji Akimichi and Stone from IWA come down here." And with that, Choji and Stone went to their spots on the arena. "Ready?" Yamato asked them and they nodded. "Begin!" he shouted and jumped back. "Doton, Doryuden," shouted Stone, and Earth Dragon appeared from the ground and shouted several earth projectiles at Choji, who dodged almost all of them, but last hit him in the gut and sent him flying across the arena. Then after that, Stone began doing several hand signs and shouted, "Doton, Shuriken no Jutsu," and a lot of shurikens made from earth was sent flying towards Choji. Choji saw that and he did necessary hand signs to do his clan jutsu, "Baika no Jutsu," he shouted, and he grew up to the size of the Hokage Tower. Every shuriken made by Stone was blocked by Choji, who simply kicked them away. After that, he launched his fist towards Stone. Well, shit was only thought that Stone has in his mind before being smashed by Choji's fist. When Choji lifted his fist and goes to his normal height, everyone can see unconscious Stone in the crater. Winner by blackout, Choji Akimichi. Also, his next opponent will be Gaara of the Sand. Yamato shouted, and everyone cheered. "Please may Hinata and Niji Hyuga come here?" he again shouted when Choji made his way towards stands where his friends was waiting for their fights. When he was walking, he saw Niji and Hinata walking towards arena. "Good job, Choji," Niji said, and Hinata nodded. He smiled at them and continued his way towards his seat. "Let's see, what are they talking about? Due to this fight will be only taijutsu, and I know it's boring." Konoha teams. Choji sat on his place and was greeted by everyone. "Nice match, Choji," said Sakura, and he smiled and said thanks. "So Choji, you think you can win with Gaara?" Shikamaru asked. "I don't really know. And even if I win, I will be fighting next with Sasuke or Naruto." Choji said. "How can you know you can fight against Naruto when he isn't even here?" Ino asked. "You should know he will win with that Jimba. Look at him, he is terrified because of him." Choji said, and everyone looked at Jimba and saw that he is sweating and trembling. "You are right," Sasuke said. "So, Sasuke," Shikamaru said, and Sasuke looked at him. "You think you can win with him?" "I don't really know," Sasuke said. "I don't know almost anything about him. His abilities, jutsu arsenal, fighting style. But we saw him fighting in Blood Prison." Sakura said. "I know, but that was just random attacks. Like raging animal of some sort," he said, "and only jutsu I know he uses Rasengan and Kage Bunshin, and that he is Kyubi Jinchuriki." He finished. "You have a point. No one knows his abilities." Then someone from Kusa walked to that. "I heard that you were talking about Naruto no Yoko," Kusa Ninja said. "You are Hana, right?" Sasuke asked, and she nodded. "What do you want?" "I came here to talk about him." "Did you know where he is?" Hana asked. "No one knows. Even Hokage. All we know is that he was in Sunna some days after preliminaries and stayed there for 23 days, and then disappeared like he never existed along with his sister Naruko." Shikamaru said. "I see. Maybe you don't know, but here, take a look," she said, and give them Kusa Bingo book. They looked at her confused. "Take a look at page number 30, she said. They did as she said and they gasped. He is S-rank criminal in Kusa?" Ino asked, shocked. "Yes. As you can see, there is right why he is criminal," she said, and looked again at Bingo book. "But they was sent to prison for crimes, so why you are that angry about that he killed Kusa criminals?" Shikamaru asked, confused. "They were our spies," she said. "I see," Shikamaru said. 20.000.000 Rio? Kiba yelled, and everyone including Kages looked at him. They got up and started to walk towards them. When they were with Konoha team, Tsunade asked, "What is this all about?" "Hokagesima, look," Shikamaru said, and give her Bingo book. Then every Kage looked at page number 30 and gasped. "Too's this Naruto?" Gaara asked, worried. "Yes," Hana said. "Did he really done this?" he asked. Again, yes. Hana said. "Naruto, what happened to you?" Gaara thought. "What should we do about this?" Tsunade asked other Kages. "For me, nothing," Raikage said, and everyone looked at him shocked. "He didn't kill my ninjas. Only in that prison, when everyone who was there from my village was criminal. I own him one, he said, and Tsuchikage and Mizukage nodded. He still is my friend, so I also say nothing. Gaara said, he didn't do anything to the leaf either, so I also will say nothing, but I know he can be a threat. So when he do something wrong, I will put him in Konoha bingo book. Tsunade said, same here. Reikage, Mizukage, Tsuchikage and Kazekage said together, and Hana nodded. Then Tsunade give back bingo book to Hana, and all kages went to their spots just like Hana. So only thing we know about him is that he is taijutsu master. Sasuke said, and everyone nodded. You will win, Sasuke-kun. You trained very hard in past month. Sakura said and smiled at him. I don't know. What if he trained harder than me? Sasuke said, at least he don't kill you. Kiba said, why should he? Sasuke asked, confused. If you insult his father figure, or someone who is precious to him like Naruko, let's just said this won't be happy ending for you. Shikamaru said, and everyone flinched. I know what you mean. Sasuke said when he reminded Naruto's and Joy from Kusa match when Naruto ripped Joy's head with his jaw and heart with his bare hand. Then he started to remember a day when he and Konoha went to release him from blood prison, but was snapped from his thoughts when Yamato shouted who won. Winner in this match, and also one who went to another round, is Neji Hyuga. Please take Hinata to hospital. With that, Neji went to Hinata and helped doctors to carry her to hospital. Please, Nara, Shikamaru and Yamanaka Ino, come down here, he shouted, and they got up. Let's get this over with. Shikamaru said and yawned. Arena, Ino, and Shikamaru stood in front of each other. Yamato looked at them and they nodded. You may begin, he shouted. They are looking at each other. Give up, lazy ass. Ino said, I don't know, at least I can put some effort in this fight, he said and yawned. And in that moment they started to fight in close-range combat. Somewhere, two figures are walking towards Konoha. One of them was a woman with gold long hair, 3 whisker marks on each cheek, and blue eyes. She wore black A&BU pants with dark orange strips, black sandals, and black dark orange jacket without hood with kanji fox on the back. That is Naruko no Yoko. Besides her are walking man with silver long hair and Uchiha Madara style, ocean blue eyes with scar on left eye, and also has 3 whisker mark on each cheek like Naruko. He wore black A&BU pants with blood red strips on each side, black sandals, and black jacket without hood with kanji fox in front and kanji 9 in blood red circle where 9 tails are coming from. That is Naruto no Yoko. 2 of them also have silver ring on their cordial finger with fox head and black steel necklace with fox figure. So, Naruko started holding Naruto's hand, and he looked at her with a smile. He asked, how do you think they will react when they find out that we are married? Naruko asked, should we care? He asked. No, but you know Minato and Kushina will try to break it, right? She said, a bit sad. And do this almost 3 months in Fox Realm, she started to hate her family because of what they will try to do with Naruto and what Minato is planning with her that might break her heart. Also, her hate towards Konoha rise much more due to dreams about Naruto's memories. It's not like they can do anything to us, Naruto said and chuckled. I know, but they will irritate us with it that we should break our marriage, she said, annoyed. Just ignore them. And remember, be careful around them. They can't find out that you are now Demon Fox. Also remain with Namake's Uzumaki surname, so they won't get suspicious, he said, and she nodded. I know. I want to ask you something. Naruko said, now serious. He sees that and asked also with serious face, what is it? Akatsuki. Should we join them? She asked. I told Itachi that they need to give us time. In 5 months they will appear, so to that time we need to observe if they will change, or at least start treating me like a person, he said. I know, but I don't want to see you sad, she said, worried. He patted her head and kissed her, and when he break a kiss he saw her blushed. I see that I can still make you blush, he said and laughed, and when he saw her pouting he laughed even harder. Baka, she said quietly but smirked. Don't worry about me, I will be fine, he said and grinned. She sighed and looked at Sun. We can be late, she said. Let's do Shunshin. He smirked and she nodded and also smirked. With that, Naruto disappeared in blood red black flame and Naruko disappeared in dark blue water. Arena. Match ended with Ino's victory because of Shikamaru's surrender. Everyone are waiting on next match. We can see Sakura standing on her spot on Arena. It's almost 10 minutes. If Naruko or Naruto didn't show up, they will be disqualified. Tsunade said. Minato, Kushina, and everyone else from Konoha are worried about Naruko. Yamato started to raise his hand as he want to call a winner in this match due to not show up second opponent. but was interrupted by blood-red black flame and dark blue water from where two figures appeared. Everyone gasped at their sight. They saw Naruto and Naruko, but something changed in their looks. "It's me, or Naruko's hair changed to gold?" Sasuke asked, confused. "Yeah. And Naruto's changed to silver," Ino said, blushing. "Naruko's look also changed. Her outfit is similar to Naruto's in some points." Sasuke said, "You see, they have rings and necklaces." Shikamaru said, "They are fox-shape." Tintin said, "Yeah. You see Naruko's jacket, she also have kanji fox on her back." Choji said, eating his chips, "Don't tell me she is like Naruto, but isn't that deadly?" Sasuke's sweat dropped like others. Arena floor. "Who are you?" Yamato said, ready to attack. "Naruto no Yoko and Naruko Namikaze Uzumaki." Naruto said and grinned, "You two are in time. I almost call Sakura winner in Naruko's and her match." Yamato said, dropping his guard. "Naruko, can you stay here, and Naruto, can you go to stands?" Naruko nodded and Naruto whispered something to her. "Make her useless," he said and grinned. She nodded and smiled at him. He then started to walk to opposite side of stands and started to walk on wall where he seated on top of it. Everyone looked at him and shrugged. Naruko went to her spot and nodded at Yamato, and after her Sakura. Yamato nodded and shouted, "Match between Naruko Namikaze Uzumaki and Sakura Haruno may begin." And after that he jumped back. "Give up, Naruko. You can't win," Sakura said, taking her stance to fight, where Naruko just stood still, not saying a word. "You should know that Tsunadesima is better teacher than that demon," Sakura said, and something snapped inside Naruko. She looked at her with death glare, and Sakura flinched. Then everyone turned their heads to Naruto, who was laughing. "Ha ha ha ha." Naruto laughing hard. Then turned his head to Sakura and looked at her with killer smile. Everyone who can see his face are scared. They quickly turned their heads towards fight and saw that Naruko started to take her stance that no one know except Konoha teams who went to release Naruto. Is that stance that Naruto used in prison back then? Sasuke thought with wide eyes. "What did you teach her, Naruto? You did wrong thing insulting my brother," Naruko said with anger in her eyes, and in blink of an eye she was behind Sakura. Everyone is shocked at her speed and saw that Sakura is falling. "I dare you to do that again," she said towards Sakura, who is laying on the floor. With Namikaze Uzumaki family, Minato, Kushina, and even Minma are shocked. How is she so strong?" Minma asked and gritted his teeth. "Our daughter is so strong, Minato-kun," Kushina shouted and hugged her husband. Yes, she is." He hugged her back and thought how Naruto trained her and what he teach her. And if in that amount of time she is that strong, then how much stronger Naruto become? Yamato snapped himself from shock and shouted, "Winner by blackout, Namikaze Uzumaki Naruko. She will be fighting Kiba Inuzuka in last round in quarterfinals." Everyone cheered and she shunshined besides Naruto via dark blue water. "You okay?" Naruto asked her, sitting at walls. "She pissed me off," she said, and her eyes changed to gold color with black slit. "Calm down, my queen," he said and patted her head. With that she calmed down and her eyes changed back to normal. "You need to be careful. With that kind of eyes you can went rampage if you don't train with them properly. After all, you have them 1 week," he said, and she hugged him. "I know, but you know how I feel if someone insulting you," Naruko said, a bit sad. "I know, but still. You need to be calm. I will train you with these eyes so you will be able to control yourself," he said. "Okay. Remember our promise how we will fight?" she asked with bright smile. "Only Kitsune eyes I know. But you can't use them, so you need to be calm. I'm sure some people will be insulting me after fight with Sasuke, and when I will fighting you, so be calm, okay? Ignore them," he said and smiled at her, and she nodded. "I will try. Now go, your fight is about to begin," she said, and break a hug, and he nodded. Last match before quarterfinals, Naruto no Yoko versus Jimba from IWA. "May you to come down?" Yamato shouted. Jimba simply walked down the stairs. Naruto then stood up and everyone looked at him. He stood there for some seconds and everyone is confused. "What are you doing, Naruto?" Sasuke thought, and then he jumped down, causing medium explosion. From smoke, Naruto started to walk with big insane grin on his place. And when smoke disappeared, everyone can see big crater. Jimba is now shivering from fear. Also Sasuke, because he know that he will be fighting him next. He is insane. How I can win with him? These walls have at least 60 feet height, and he simply jumped and is unscratched. Itachi, please help me win with him. Sasuke begged for help from his dead brother. Yamato looked at them and they nodded. Begin, he shouted and jumped back as far as he could. That caught everyone's attention from their shocks that Naruto jumped from 60 feet height wall and is unscratched. You fear? Naruto asked Jimba, and he shook his head. Why? He asked Jimba still with his insane grin. Why you? You are nothing. Jimba shouted. Really? Naruto asked a little pissed. Yes. I don't know what she see in you. You are a demon. Jimba shouted at him. What do you mean? Naruto's anger started to rise. What I mean is that she is beautiful and she is dating someone like you. I bet I'm better than you. Jimba said, and something in Naruto snapped. Any. Naruto said in demonic voice, everyone is scared except Naruko, who looked at him. You just made wrong move. You can have a reward. Naruto said, lifting his head and showing everyone his blood-red eyes with slits, wild whiskers, fangs, and claws. He did one-hand signs and in poof of black smoke his sword appeared. Everyone from Konoha is scared beyond imagination. They know what that sword can do. Ninjen no Shinigami, Daiichi Rebaru, Kaze, Naruto said, and first burst of dark chakra explode from his sword, showing some kind of wind projectiles. Ninjen no Shinigami, Dainai Rebaru, Kasai. Second burst of chakra, but this time blood-red, and his sword was now in black blood-red flames. Everyone who was on preliminaries know what reward he will get. Ninjen no Shinigami, Kata Surashu, Naruto said, and unleashed one slash toward Jimba. After that, everyone can hear only screams, and they can see that everything what was on Slash Way was burned to ash just like Jimba. Walls melted a bit. Naruto sealed his sword and shine to Naruko. Yamato snapped from his fear and shouted, "Wi winner IIS in Naruto no Yoko." Next fight, Uchiha Sasuke versus Naruto no Yoko. Let's take a break, we need to repair arena. To Naruto and Naruko. Naruto sat beside Naruko quietly. You okay? Naruko asked worried, and she hugged him trying to comfort him. To think yes, he said, leaned against Naruko's chest. You don't leave me, do you? He said and looked at her worried. Never. I'm yours and you are mine. That was settled when I drank you blood. And even sooner. She said, patting his head. Thank you, he said with tears in his eyes, and laid on Naruko's lap. You should know I will never leave you. I'm your mate after all, she said and chuckled at him. I know, but I don't want to be betrayed again. Next time I cannot make it that calm like 6 years ago. He said, calm down a bit. You worried too much, she said with a smile. I know, but I care for you, he said, smiling at her. I know, and I also care for you, so I can't leave you alone. Who knows what you can do where you will be alone, she said and smirked. What does that mean? He pouted and she laughed at him. Nothing, babe, nothing, she said, and she started to play with his hair. And with that he went asleep. Kage stands. He is too dangerous. Sasuke said, trying not to lunch himself at Naruto for what he did to his ninja. I agree. He is a threat to shinobi world. Reikage said, same here. Mizuki said, I didn't want to say this, but you were right. Gaara said, I agree. Tsunade said, what should we do to him? Reikage asked, Minato? Tsunade looked at him and he nodded. I have a plan that he can no longer be threat to us, but considering Naruko's strength, I'm worried that we also need to do this to her, he said with guilty in his voice. Minato, you can't be serious. Kushina said, trying to cry. I'm sorry, but this isn't any longer for village's good, but for shinobi world. Minato said, what is the plan? Mizuki said, first we need to knock them down somehow, and then we need every sealing master. Minato said, confused everyone except Tsunade and Kushina. For what, if I may ask? Sasuke asked, I want to seal them in mountains. Minato said, we will start the plan after exams, so sent a letter to every sealing master you know. He finished and everyone nodded. Konoha 12. Sasuke? Ino tried to talk to him. Huh? He was snapped and looked at her. I think you should surrender, she said, shocking him. Why? He asked. You saw why. Shikamaru said, one wrong word and you are dead. Even if you were from Konoha. Everyone nodded. He is a monster. Sai said, but we created that monster, especially I. Sasuke said, what do you mean? Ino asked, only if I didn't went to Orochimaru. It's everything my fault. I considered him as a best real friend, and what did I did to him? I fucking shoved my Chidori through his chest. he said sad. It's also our fault if we didn't kick him like trash from village and put him in that prison. He still could be our ball of sunshine. Shikamaru said. Then everything went silent. And after some seconds Sasuke said, I will fight him. I will try to talk with him. With that he stood up and went to arena floor. Arena. After several minutes arena was repaired. No down there stood Sasuke and Naruto in front of each other. All right, you two ready? Yamato shouted and they nodded. Fight between Uchiha Sasuke and Naruto no Yoko may begin. He shouted again and jumped back as far as he can. They stared at each other for some seconds before Naruto started to talk. So, what? Sasuke asked with a bit fear in his voice. I think we should end what we started 6 years ago. Naruto said with his fox grin. What do you mean? Sasuke asked, trying to not be scared. Valley of the End. Naruto said with a bit anger in his voice. Several gasps can be heard because they who know what happened back then know what Naruto means. Fight to death. Naruto I. Sasuke started. What? Naruto asked. Can we talk? Sasuke asked again, worried and a bit scared what Naruto might do. Now? Naruto asked, confused, and Sasuke nodded. He sighed and agreed. But before they started to talk, Naruto said, wait a minute. He then bit his finger and started do hand signs with great speed that even Sharingan can't keep up. Fuinjutsu. Puribishiru. A/N. That means privacy seal. Then in several meter large circle with seal appeared in blood color. What is it? Sasuke asked. Privacy seal made by myself. It is a more stronger, and no one can enter in this circle and break this seal, and we can't hear no one from outside. Also those who want use Sharingan from outside and read our words that doesn't work. Even Byakugan. Naruto said with big grin. So about what you want to talk? He asked. I'm sorry. Sasuke said. For what? Naruto asked a bit confused and in the same time with anger. For everything I have done to you. Sasuke said nervously. What happened to you, Uchiha? Naruto asked with anger. Nothing happened. I just opened my eyes. Sasuke said. Opened your eyes? You know what you have done to me? You fucking shove your Chidori in my chest. And you are sorry? He said with immense anger. I know. Sasuke said sad about this fact, but I know I have done wrong thing. I was blinded by revenge, and for what? For that I know that Itachi was hero of this village. I killed my own brother by my stupid vengeance. Sasuke said almost crying. I learned the truth about Uchiha massacre. I learned that Danzo and Elder stayed behind this whole thing. And what did I do? Nothing. I decided to protect this village because of my brother and? Sasuke said with tears in his eyes. And? Naruto asked emotionless. And you? Sasuke said with sad smile. Huh. Naruto said with wide eyes, but quickly formed his emotionless look. You considered me as your best friend, which I don't. But deep down in my heart I know that you are my true friend. I realized that after our battle. But still I went to Orochimaru. I thought you died there because of that Chidori. I still didn't know why I didn't get Manjikyu Sharingan after that, but that doesn't matter anymore. Sasuke said still with tears in his eyes. When I killed Itachi, I started to think about you. My thoughts was like, is he alive? Or will he forgive me? But when I returned to Leaf and found out that they sent you to prison, I wanted to go for you. But that damn council was on my way. Then after 3 years your fam, Sasuke was interrupted by big growl from Naruto. Former family arrived, we started to work on everything to get you back. But when I saw you after all these years, something snapped in me. I was mean because of my Uchiha attitude. But deep down I cried. Because I knew that this was all my fault you became like this. So again I wanted to say, I'm sorry. Sasuke said, and in blink of an eye Naruto appeared besides him with arm around his neck. And what only Naruko had courage to talk with me. Just what are you planning, Sasuke? Naruto asked emotionless. Nothing. I just want to be friends with you again. Sasuke said sad. You know I hate this village? Naruto asked, and Sasuke nodded. You know you can't change me? Sasuke nodded sad. Why do you want to be friends with someone like me when you have ton of friends here? Naruto asked. I'm not talking that much with them. But yes, they are my friends, but I want true and real friend. We know each other. We know our pain. I'm truly sorry what everything. For every insult that caused you pain. For everything. Sasuke said sad. If I will tell you, I want to destroy this corrupted village. What will you do? Don't lie. I can tell if you speak true. Naruto said what surprised Sasuke. Did he really want to destroy this village? I know it is corrupted, but this is our home. My home. His home. Sasuke thought, but was interrupted by Naruto. Remember what they did to us. I was banished, hated, beaten, insulted, and worse. And for you they killed your clan. Took everything from you. Love from parents and Itachi. Because of them Itachi has big burden on his shoulders. Think about it. Naruto said with calm tone. He is right. But this was what Itachi protected. But also Minato and his plan. He said someone from us will help him with it. But who? Who Naruto can trust so badly? Sasuke thought, and something hit him. Naruko. He want to sacrifice her daughter. And he call himself Yandame Hokage? He already abandoned Naruto. Naruto is right, this village only can cause pain. It's corrupted how every other village but Leaf the most. I made my decision. He thought and smiled a bit when turned his head to Naruto. I still want you as my best friend, Naruto. So he made his decision. Should I tell him? Yeah, why not? Naruto thought and chuckled before letting go of Sasuke. He walked to his previous spot. Now is in front of Sasuke with serious face, then he turned his head to Naruko, who know what they were talking about because of her senses. He was look, should I forgive him and tell him about Itachi? She saw this and nodded with bright smile at him. He then turned his face to Sasuke with smile. Sasuke was shocked to saw his smile. Real smile, not maniac, insane, or killer smile. He knows something is going to happen. Sasuke, Naruto said and caught his attention. I forgive you. Naruto finished with bright smile. Smile that Sasuke didn't saw in 6 years. He fell to his knees and started to cry. Got up. I need to tell you something. Sasuke heard that and got up still crying. What is it? Sasuke asked. Itachi, Naruto said and Sasuke started to listen curious. Itachi what? What do you want to tell me, Naruto? Sasuke thought and Naruto finished, is alive. In that moment Sasuke have wide eyes. What are you talking about? Sasuke said with hope that his brother is actually alive. Itachi you killed was his blood clone. Naruto said, so he is alive? Sasuke asked still with wide eyes and Naruto nodded. When did you found out? On our trip with Naruko he encounter us with some questions. I can't tell what question they were because of that you can tell, or they will enter your mind to find out about it. Naruto said, so who eyes I transplanted? Sasuke asked with tears in his eyes, due to fact that his brother is alive. Your father. Naruto said, Ememi father. And again Sasuke have wide eyes due to this information. Yes. Itachi also told me that he transplanted your mother eyes and also have EMS. Naruto said and smiled at him. You don't lie, do you? Sasuke asked worried. No. He really is alive. Naruto said, can you tell me what you two were talking about? Please. Sasuke said a bit happy. I told you I can't. But there is a way I can tell you, but this will change you forever. Naruto said serious. I will do it. Sasuke shouted at him. No one will be looking at you the same way like now. Do you still to do it? Naruto asked and Sasuke nodded with determination. Come to me on the break if there will be between matches. He said and Sasuke nodded. Now let's fight. Naruto said, Kai. After that whole seal break, they took their fighting stances to stands 5 minutes before match. Everyone was worried about Sasuke, but mostly Sakura. Do you think Sasuke will win? Sakura asked, mega worried. To be honest? No. Shikamaru said, you telling that Sasuke is weak? Sakura shouted, troublesome. It's not that. He is strong, but not that strong as Naruto. You remember what he did to Minma and Sasuke a month ago? He asked, and she nodded. He don't have a chance to win. Besides, I'm much worried about what he can say. Shikamaru said, and everyone shivered. Have a little hope, everyone. I believe he can win and kick his ass. Kiba said, how? He don't know anything about him. Only that sword, Rasengan, that he is Jinchuriki and that he is Taijutsu master. But I think he is also Sensor Ninja, to be honest. Shikamaru said and Niji nodded. Why do you think that? Kiba asked. Back in time where Naruto was our knucklehead ninja. In mission reports, mainly at mission in Wave Country. He sensed Bunny when even Kakashi didn't, and because of that they evade their deaths. Shikamaru said, I see. Oi. Match is about starting. Kiba shouted. After that they heard that match can begin, but saw that they didn't even move. What are they doing? Tintin asked, and everyone shrugged. But then they heard that they was talking. So? Naruto started to talk. What? Sasuke asked with a bit fear in his voice. I think we should end what we started 6 years ago. Naruto said with his fox grin. What do you mean? Sasuke asked, trying to not be scared. Valley of the End. Naruto said with a bit anger in his voice. Several gasps can be heard because they who know what happened back then know what Naruto means. Fight to death. Naruto I. Sasuke started. What? Naruto asked. Can we talk? Sasuke asked again, worried and a bit scared what Naruto might do. Now? Naruto asked, confused, and Sasuke nodded. He sighed and agreed. But before they started to talk, Naruto said, wait a minute. He then bit his finger and started do hand signs with great speed that even Sharing can't keep up. Fuinjutsu. Puribishiru. Then in several meter large circle with seal appeared in blood color. They then started talking, but no one can hear them except Naruko. What is this? Sakura asked, worried. I think it's some kind of privacy seal. Shikamaru said. How so? Kiba asked. It's simple, we can't hear them. Shikamaru said, and then kages come to them and sit. Shikamaru, do you know what is it? Tsunade asked. All I know, this can be privacy seal. He said, but we didn't see that kind of seal ever. Minato said, and every Kage nodded. So you don't know this seal? Neji asked, and Kages nodded. So that means Naruto came up with his own seal and a lot stronger. Tsunadesima, can you call for Kakashi Sensei? Neji asked, and Tsunade nodded. She sent A and BU for Kakashi. And after some minutes he arrived. Yes, Hokagesima? He asked. Neji wants something from you, I think. Tsunade said. Kakashi then turned his head to Neji. Kakashi Sensei, can you look at them with Sharingan and read they words? Neji asked, and Kakashi nodded. He take off his headband from his left eye, and he looked at them with his Sharingan. Then his look changed from calm to worried and confused. I can't read their mouths. It's like this circle block Sharingan abilities, Kakashi said, and pulled down his headband on his leaf eye. So no one knows what they're talking about? Reikage asked, and everyone nodded. Neji, did you use Byakugan? Tsunade asked, and he nodded, and also doesn't work. Everything in this circle is blur for me. Neji said, and everyone looked at fight. And just in time, they saw that Naruto moved from his spot to Sasuke and wrapped his ram around his and stood beside him, and they talk. Sasuke-kun. Sakura said, but it was in vain. They didn't heard her. I think they can't hear us from here. Or at least Naruto can but didn't pay attention. Shikamaru said, how so he can hear us if Sasuke-kun can't? Sakura asked, he have sharpened senses. Shikamaru said, oh right. Sakura said, still worried about Sasuke. You think he want to change Sasuke? Minato asked, I don't know. And even so, what will you do? Shikamaru asked, he will be put under plan I made for Naruto and now Naruko. Minato said, and everyone gasped. What are you talking about? Sakura asked, now mega worried about Sasuke. Mima was sad what will happen to his sister. I can't tell. If Naruto can hear us, then he will try and prepare for it. Minato said. Then they saw that Naruto returned to his previous spot and looked at Naruko, who smiled and nodded. Then they saw Naruto with his real smile. He said something what caused Sasuke to drop down to his knees and started to cry. What did he do? Sakura asked, even more worried. Two don't know. Ino said, I didn't saw Sasuke in that state ever. Sai said, and everyone nodded with wide eyes. Minato? Tsunade said and looked at him, who nodded. She sighed and also nodded. They started to walk towards their seats on their Kage stands. What was that? Choji asked. I don't know, but I can tell this won't be good thing. Shikamaru said, and everyone nodded. Kage stands. Minato, you sure? Tsunade asked, and Minato nodded. If Naruto changed him to hate this village and made him strong as Naruko, they will be unstoppable. We need seal them before they will try and do something. Minato said, I agree. Sachikage said, and everyone nodded. Then they saw that Naruto did one hand sign and whole seal breaks. Arena floor. They took their respective stances. Naruto Raging Fox, and Sasuke his own version of Strong Fist. Then he turned on his EMS. I see you will be fighting serious from start? Naruto said / asked and smirked. I know how strong you are, so I don't have other option. Sasuke said, and he feel presence behind him. He turned around to only be kicked in the gut by Naruto. He stand up with Susanoo ribcage. Man, you didn't to hit that hard. Sasuke said, you know, I didn't even use half of my raw strength. Naruto said and smirked because of Sasuke's look, which was shocked as hell. Really? This isn't even half of his raw strength? And his speed. Even EMS can't keep up with him. I need to calm down and concentrate at him. I still can't believe that Itachi is alive. I can't think about it right now. He then pull out his Kusanagi and run at Naruto with great speed, but Naruto saw him clearly. Sasuke slashes at his head, but Naruto ducked and hit him in the chin, sending him in the wall. Naruto also jumped at the wall and stood there. Come on, Sasuke. I know you aren't that weak. And then Sasuke walked out from some and stood on the wall in front of Naruto without EMS and Kusanagi in his sheath. Let's use less strength and see how far he will go. Naruto thought and grinned. /N. Okay, now I will tell who is who and what abilities they use. Larry is Naruto while Seto is Sasuke with normal Sharingan. When Sasuke used his EMS, Seto changed to black, and when he used Susanoo, Seto is white. Naruto, when he used half of his strength, Larry changed his color to white. When Seto shoots something, let's say it's Chidori, and Naruto use only his raw strength. But when Larry have his sword, Naruto have his ninja no Shinigami on first level and shoot as little power and slash as he can. Seto's sword is Sasuke's Kusanagi no Tsurugi. When Naruto's eyes changed to white, his eyes flashed with his Kitsune eyes. Ignore text message on the bottom of this film. In the center of arena, explosion appeared. When smoke after that explosion disappeared, everyone can see Naruto standing and Sasuke laying on the ground. Heh. You really are strong to force me use half of my raw strength. And keep up with me a little. Naruto said and chuckled. Shut up, Dobe. Sasuke said and smirked. I give up, he said. Winner by surrender, Naruto no Yoko. He also is promoted to first round in semifinals. Please, Gaara of the Sand and Choji Akimichi, come down here. Yamato said. Naruto then walk up to Sasuke and pick him up on his back. Let's go, team. Naruto said and smirked. He then started to walk towards his spot where is Naruko, but someone interrupted him, and that was Konoha 12. Give us Sasuke-kun back, demon. Sakura said, and everyone can feel two source of killer intent, one from Naruto, and surprisingly second from Sasuke. Everyone stepped back a bit. Where did you taking him? Sakura asked, scared. None of your business, Banshee / none of your business, Banshee. Naruto and Sasuke said together. Then they again started to walk towards Naruto's and Naruko's sitting spot. And then Gaara and Choji went to their spots and began to fight. /N. I know you want to see all fights, but I mainly want to concentrate about Naruto. And I know some fight will be boring like this one or next, so I will stay with Naruto, Naruko, and Sasuke. Please forgive me. Also, I know long chapters are really boring. When they got there, Naruto laid Sasuke on the ground and sat beside Naruko. So did you plan to forgiving others? Sasuke asked when he sit up. No. Naruto said simply and leaned on Naruko's arm. What are you doing? Sasuke asked, confused when he looked at him and Naruko. All in due time. Let's rest a bit. Naruto said, smirking like Naruko. For what? Sasuke asked. For change in your life and truth about me. Naruto said, serious. Right. So what will you do? Sasuke asked curiously. I will put seal on you that no one can break, only I. Naruto said and closed his eyes. Did you did this to someone else before me? Sasuke asked. Yes. Naruto answered. Who? Me and Naruko. Naruto said and Sasuke stared at them in shock. Really? He asked and turned his look to Naruko, who nodded and smiled. What is this seal? This seal will seal your memory in your head that only you and me will have access, and also people you give permission. Naruto said. I see, but what will change in me? Sasuke asked. You will see in due time. But only one thing I can tell you. You will no longer be a human. Naruto said and opened his eyes, showing his Kitsune eyes. Did Naruko also isn't human anymore? He asked, scared a bit. Yes, I'm no longer a human. Naruko said with smile. Why are you smiling? Is this a good thing? Sasuke asked, confused a bit. You can say that. After that sealing I met my new family and I can be with Naruto. Naruko said. Family? Sasuke asked, shocked. Yes. Naruko said. Will they accept me? Sasuke said with hope. I don't know. I told them my past and about you, so they can hate you for some time, but if I will tell them what happened, I'm sure they will accept you. Naruto said with smile. He looked at Sasuke and saw him smiling. He then smirked and stood up. Let's go, we don't have much time. he said, and created 3 blood clones as Naruko, Naruto, and Sasuke. Then real Naruto took Sasuke by his arms along with Naruko, and they shunshined somewhere in the forest outside the village. They shunshined in big forest outside Konoha. Sit here, Naruto said to Sasuke, letting him go. Okay, what now? Sasuke said, and saw that Naruto cut his finger. Sip a little, Naruto said, and Sasuke did as Naruto said. Naruto then fasted some hand signs that Sasuke didn't recognize and heard name of this jutsu. Demtun, Mimurashiruta Shiru. He then blacked out. Sasuke's mindscape. Sasuke opened his eyes and saw that he is in Uchiha compound. He was confused because he remembered that he was with Naruto and Naruko in the forest. It's your mindscape, voice behind him said. Sasuke quickly turned around and saw Naruto. If this is my mindscape, then what are you doing here? Sasuke asked, confused. You can say that I'm guardian of your memories, Naruto said, emotionless. Guardian? Sasuke was even more confused. Yes. If someone will try and see your memories, I will eliminate him, Naruto said. How? Sasuke asked. Remember council meeting? Naruto asked, and Sasuke nodded. Then you saw what happened to that Yamanaka who want to see my memories. This is what happened to everyone who will enter your mindscape without your permission except me and Naruko, Naruto said. Why besides you and Naruko? And can you tell me about Itachi? Sasuke asked. Because I'm your guardian and she drunk my blood too, so what she see here will be sealed in her. And yes, I can show you what I was talking with Itachi. Do you want anything else? Naruto asked. If you can see my memories, can I see yours too? Sasuke asked, and Naruto nodded. Naruto then started to walk towards Sasuke, and he touched his forehead with index finger. This will hurt a bit, Naruto said. What? Sasuke was interrupted by immense pain in his head. He saw every memory that Naruto have, and also Itachi. And why Itachi want to talk with Naruto? He then looked at Naruto with sad face. This is your all memories? Everything what happened to you, Kyuubi and Naruko is true? Sasuke asked, sad and with tears in his eyes. Yes, Naruto said, and Sasuke want to say something, but Naruto interrupted. Talk about that with real Naruto. Also, you can enter your mindscape if you will meditate and clear your mind. You will wake up now in real world, Naruto said, and again he touched his forehead. Real world. Sasuke woke up and started to look around. He spotted Naruto leaned on Naruko's lap. Congratulations, you two, Sasuke said, and caught Naruto and Naruko attention. For what? Naruto asked, confused. That you are marriage, Sasuke said, and smirked. Thanks, Naruto and Naruko said, and smiled at him. So how you feel? Naruto asked. Sasuke then remembered every bad memory that Naruto have. I'm sorry I didn't was there for you, Sasuke said, sad. Don't worry about it. Now you aren't human. Right now you are half demon fox, Naruto said, and smirked. Welcome to our family. He grinned. Sasuke's eyes widened with joy that he again have family. But what about foxes from Fox Realm? Will they accept me after what I done to you? Sasuke asked, worried. They will hate you for little amount of time. But if they will learn that you are kind, then they will accept you. I was just like with Naruko. When they learned that she is from Namake's Uzumaki family, they hated her for a bit, but they forgive her fast. So with you will be the same, Naruto said, and smiled at him. Now let's go to the arena. I'm sure next fight is Naruko's, Naruto said, and got up. And with him Sasuke and Naruko. Then Naruto take Naruko's and Sasuke's hand and shunshined. Arena. They appeared besides their clones, and after clones saw their creator, they dispelled themselves. They looked down and saw that Neji was standing and Ino was laying unconscious. Winner by blackout Hyuga Neji, and is promoted to second round in semifinals. Please Naruko Namake's Uzumaki and Kiba Inuzuka come here, Yamato shouted. Go, Naruko, and crush him fast. I want to end this exam as fast as possible, Naruto said, and Sasuke nodded. After that they sat on wall, and Naruko jumped down. She is as crazy as you sometimes, Sasuke said, and sweat dropped. Yeah, I know. And that why I love her, he said, and he chuckled along with Sasuke. So who do you think you will fight? Sasuke asked. Should I care? Naruto asked, annoyed, and looked at Sasuke, who shrugged. Arena floor. Kiba was standing there waiting for Naruko with his dog Akamaru. And then he saw her falling form walls and crushing like Naruto. He was about to help her, but saw her coming from smoke without a scratch. Yamato snapped himself and looked at them. They nodded, and he raised his hand. Begin. He jumped back. Kiba immediately transformed with Akamaru in two-headed wolf. He looked at her and shouted, Garoga. With that, Kiba and Akamaru was flying towards Naruko, who stood still. She that did Kage Bunshin and created Rasengan. When they was in close range, she shouted, Futon, Rasengan, and hit Kiba and Akamaru head-on. Kiba and his dog de-transformed in their previous forms and lay unconscious. Yamato walked up and shouted, winner by blackout, and promoted to semi-finals Namikaze Uzumaki Naruko. Let's take a little break, everyone. With that, Naruko went to Naruto and Sasuke and laid on Naruto's lap and take a nap. Naruto and Sasuke smirked at that and started to talk about their plans after exams. Arena. After some minutes of break, in the center of the arena stood Naruto and his opponent. As I thought, he will win. Naruto thought with insane grin. What will you do? Gaara? Naruto asked himself in his mind, still with insane grin on his face. Gaara looked at him with pity. Then Yamato looked at them and they nodded at him, signalized that they are ready. Then he shouted, match between Naruto no Yoko versus Gaara of the Sand may begin. After that, he jumped back as far as he can. They stared at each other. Then Gaara spoke sad, Naruto, what happened to you? Naruto narrowed his eyebrow and said with a bit of anger, I most likely found my true self. Gaara sees anger in his voice and asked, not caring at all, what I mean is why you became like me when I was bloody killer. After that, everyone in arena was scared that he asked him about that. Everyone turned their heads at Naruto, who was standing there, and his eyes was covered by his hair. Also, something changed in his look that no one could see. His hairs was now silver with black tips, and his eyes flashed with purple color. Even Naruto did notice that his eyes changed for a second. Then he looked down and saw his hair. They changed. It is because of my emotions? I only see darkness, so that means my hair in future turn black. Sorry, Dad, but that means I can't keep my promise about not dyeing my hairs on black. He thought and chuckled but stopped instantly. He then looked at Gaara with kitsune eyes, but they also changed. They are more bloody than before. Gaara saw those eyes and take step back. You should know why. Naruto said with demonic and low voice, making everyone shiver. Gaara gulped and said, is this because of this prison you was sent? Maybe, maybe not. Naruto said, shrugged. Naruto, I can save you as you saved me, Gaara said, and reached out his hand towards Naruto. Just come with me. We can be friends again. Gaara finished with smile. You know, Naruto said, and in blink of an eye was back to back with Gaara. Gaara was shocked and scared at first, but didn't want to show it to him. I thought you was my friend, but you betrayed me as everyone in this piece of shit village. Naruto said, I'm still your friend. Gaara said as calm as he could. Naruto shook his head and asked, then why didn't you went to Konoha and talk with Tsunade about my imprisonment? Gaara's eyes widened. You was scared about peace between Konoha and Tsunade? You was scared that if you will try and talk with her about that, she will break this fucking peace between you two, right? Naruto said with anger. Gaara stood still, not telling anything. Naruto just sighed and said, let's just get over with this. Then he went to his spot and take his raging fox stance. Gaara stood there lost in his thoughts. Why this need to end like this, Naruto? He thought, not paying attention to Naruto. Naruto saw this, and he appeared in blink of an eye in front of Gaara, holding him by his neck thigh. Naruto started to choke Gaara. Just give up. I don't want to kill you. Naruto said before thoughts, now, I can't give up. Gaara said between breaths. Naruto then realized something. Sunna Bunshin. Naruto thought. Then Naruto lifted him above his head and threw him in the air and stabbed Gaara's Bunshin in the gut with his both hands, and then ripped him in half. Everyone's eyes widened in horror at that. Come on, Gaara. I know that was a Bunshin. Naruto said and grinned. Then he turned his head to where stood Gaara. You really kill me, don't you, Naruto? Gaara asked with sad in his eyes and voice. If you don't give me other choice? Naruto said and shrugged and closed his eyes for a second. That's my chance. Gaara thought and made sand spear behind Naruto and shoot it at his back. Naruto sensed it, but he just stood there with closed eyes. Let's play with them a little, Naruto thought and grinned like a maniac in his mind. Then everyone's eyes widened as sand spear was right through Naruto's right lung, and shocked face Naruto put for this moment. Everyone from Konoha was shocked. Then they turned to Naruko and Sasuke, who was his friends, but they just looked at Gaara and Naruto. Then everyone turned their look at Gaara, who was approaching Naruto. "I'm sorry, Naruto. I didn't really want to end this like that," Gaara said with sad voice. Naruto didn't respond. His eyes was covered by his hair. "If you only listened to me and took my hand few moments ago, then this won't and like that. You was and will be my first friend, but when my village is in danger, I will protect it at all costs," Gaara said now with serious tone. "So you are basically like everyone. You will betray everyone who is a treat? You are no different than Minato. Father, I changed my dream. I will not only destroy Konoha, but every single village," Naruto thought with sinister grin in his mind. "Yamato, this match ended. He will die if this keeps up," Gaara said, and Yamato started to call a winner in this match, but the whole arena could feel tremendous amount of killer intent. Everyone was beyond scared except Naruko and Sasuke, due to them being demon and half-demon foxes. Then someone started to chuckle, and this chuckle ended in full maniacal laugh. Everyone saw Naruto, who was laughing like he was insane. "You have made a big mistake, Gaara," Naruto said before stopping laughing, but his eyes still was covered by his hair, and his eyes again flashed in purple color. Gaara looked at him scared and started to taking steps back from Naruto. Naruto then looked at him with his kitsune eyes with full bloodlust in them. "You are just like Minato. You will sacrifice everything only to keep your village safe," Naruto said, and started to pulling out sand spear from his lung, not carrying that he was bleeding from his wound. But after some seconds his wound was healed, not leaving even a scar. Then his grin soon disappeared and he was dead serious. "Yamato, end this match before I will kill him," Naruto said, and turned his look at Yamato, who was scared but nodded. WW winner I in this match IIS and in Naruto. No Yoko, he is promoted to finals. Then Naruto looked at Gaara. He disappeared and appeared in front of him. "If you stay in my way," Naruto said that only Gaara can hear him, and looked at him, "you and your village will be no more." Then he disappeared in a silver and black flash, now is sitting besides Naruko and Sasuke. Gaara shunshined via sand to his kages spot, not saying a single thing when other kages asked questions about what Naruto said to him when the match was finished. Sasuke, Naruto, and Naruko. Our trio said there in silence, and finally Naruko decided to break that. "Naruto," she said. Naruto looked at her. "You all right?" she asked, worried. "Yeah. I'm just pissed at everyone, except you two," Naruto said in anger. "What happened to your hair?" Sasuke asked, looking down at Naruto's tips that was now black. "I wanted to ask the same thing," Naruko added. "I don't really know. I think it's because of my emotions," Naruto said, rubbing his chin. "What do you mean?" Naruko asked, confused. "What I mean is that if I will be under bad emotions like hate and anger, my hair will turn full black. It's only matter of time," Naruto said and chuckled at that. "What's so funny about that?" Sasuke asked, confused. "Promise I made to my father," Naruto said, a bit sad but also happy. Naruko looked at him with pity. "You mean Kyuubi?" Sasuke asked, and Naruto nodded. "What is this promise about?" he asked again. "I thought you saw my memories." Naruto looked at him. "Yes, I did. But there is many of them," he said, and Naruko nodded. "You know Uchiha Madara?" Naruto asked him, and he nodded. "Kurama didn't like him. And when my hair grow long, we made a promise that I will never dye my hair in black color," he smiled. "Oh." Sasuke was only respond. Naruto turned his looked at Sasuke, started to speak. "Sasuke, I need you to do something," he said with serious face. "What is it?" Sasuke asked. "I want you to put us three in sleep with Genjutsu when I and Naruko will fight in finals," Naruto said, making them look at him in shock. "Why?" Sasuke asked, and Naruko nodded, worry. "I know Kages will plan something with three of us after exams. I want to make it easy for them and let us capture," Naruto said. Sasuke and Naruko was a bit angry, but let it off. "I assume you have a plan?" Sasuke asked. "Yes. It will be something big. But remember how much time we have before Akatsuki will appear and ask us to join them," Naruto said, grinning like a madman. "I see. We will wait for them?" Naruko asked, and Naruto nodded. "I still think it's a bad idea," she added, and Sasuke nodded. "I know. But after our fight, we can be injured, and I know that we have large healing capabilities. But if they put seals on us, we can simply end up bleeding to death," Naruto said, and they nodded. "Let's end this conversation," he said, and turned his head to Naruko. Your match will start soon, he added, and she nodded and disappeared via dark water and appeared on the arena floor where stood Neji and Yamato waiting for her. Arena floor. Yamato saw as Naruko appeared in a shunshin made from dark water. Neji noticed it and nodded at Yamato, who saw this, and Naruko soon after him also nodded. Yamato nodded at them and raised his hand in the air. Match between Naruko Namake's Uzumaki and Neji Hyuga may begin. He shouted and lowered his hand and jumped back. Soon they started to fight in taijutsu. Neji activated his Byakugan on the beginning, but he has hard time with her punches and speed. She went to punch him in the head from behind, but he nearly dodged it in time thanks to his Byakugan. She then again disappeared and launched attack at his chest, which he blocked but was pushed by force from that hit. I can't keep up with her. My Byakugan helped me a lot, but it's still not much for her speed. Then she did one hand signs in running state, and her body started to glow. I need to lower my gravity seals. Let's put down 2 times, she thought, and she started to run faster than before. An assault began. She landed hit on his arms, legs, and chest in a matter of seconds. He was launched in arena wall with a great force, making small crater. Everyone was jaw open to the ground and wide eyes. No one can keep up except Minato, Raikage, and Kakashi, who lifted his headband from his Sharingan. She is fast. Everyone thought except Naruto and Sasuke. She will kill me if this keep up. Neji thought, laying on the floor. When smoke dropped down, everyone can see him barely conscious. He lifted his hand up and said, I give up. And with that he blacked out. Winner by surrender, Naruko Namake's Uzumaki. She is also promoted to the finals, and her opponent will be Naruto no Yoko. Let's take a break, and in meantime we will repair arena. Yamato shouted, and Naruto shunshined in a golden wind and appeared besides Naruto. With our trio, Naruko sat there and smiled at Naruto and Sasuke. Did you really had to lower your gravity seals 2 times? Naruto asked. Now to think about it, I should lower only in time, but I wanted to make sure he didn't keep up, she said, and he nodded. So what now? Sasuke asked. We will according to our plan. I want you to put Jinjutsu on us after, I don't know, 6 minutes? Naruto said, and Sasuke nodded. Naruto? Naruko said. Yeah? He responded. I want you to go full out on your kitsune eyes. Naruko said. You sure? Naruto asked, worried, looking at her, and she nodded. Okay. Then I want you to use also your eyes. Naruto said, shocked her. But I can't control them yet. And what if they will see my eyes? She said, worried. I will put Jinjutsu on your eyes. And yes, I want you to use them. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. Naruto said, and he nodded. You think this is a good idea? Sasuke asked. Yes and no. Naruto said, and looked down at Arena. What do you mean? Naruko asked, worried. First, this can be your training-like experience. Second, if I will go all out, this will be nasty. And I don't want to see you in pain. Third, I think I found out ability of your eyes. He said. Really? Naruko asked, looking at him in awe. Yes. When you start to use your eyes, your healing capabilities are increased. He said. And that ability will be good because you can be injured. He said with sad voice. How much? She asked. Bad. Even very bad. He said, still sad. Okay. I will do this, she said with determination, and Naruto smiled at her. Then their conversation was cut because of Yamato shouting. May Naruto no Yoko and Naruko Namake's Uzumaki come down for final fight in this exams? Naruto sighed and stood up. Let's go, he said, and shunshined via black, silver wind, and she shunshined in golden wind. Arena floor. Naruto and Naruko appeared via shunshin. Naruto in black, silver wind, and Naruko also in wind but in golden color. They stood in front of each other. Yamato looked at them and they nodded. He also nodded and shouted, last fight in Jonin exam may begin. And he jumped back as far as he can, knowing this match don't end well. After that, Naruto disappeared and appeared behind her and went to kick her in head, which she blocked but was blown out by force. She looked at her hands and saw they're red. She looked at him and he smirked. You wanted me to go all out, right? He said with fox grin. Everyone shivered at this, knowing what he can did in previous phases in Jonin exam. She looked at him and smiled. Yes, I know. But I didn't know that you will start that hard. She smiled at him, and some seconds later her smile turned to also to fox grin. Again, everyone shivered at her grin that looked like Naruto's. Naruto took Raging Fox stance and activated his kitsune eyes, which looked like dark blood. He grinned maniacally and looked at her and said in low demonic voice, "Shall we dance, Naruko?" Everyone was scared about Naruko. Even Naruko flinched a little. She also took Raging Fox and lowered her gravity seals 10 times. He saw this and also lowered his seals 6 times. They looked in each other's eyes and everyone can saw their bloodlust. Then they started to run at each other. A/N. Okay, Naruto is red stickman and Naruko is yellow. When they started to fight with swords, they didn't use their own swords, it just simple katana, nothing more, nothing less. In last hit, Naruko activated her kitsune eyes. Ignore text and imagine that yellow stickman in the end didn't move. Two of them stood and looked at each other, then smiled. Everyone was shocked because of this fight. Konoha teams. Everyone stood there speechless. But Minma chose to break the silence. He is going to kill her? He shouted. And everyone looked at him. I don't think so. Shikamaru said. What do you mean? Minma asked. First of all, look at their faces. They are smiling. And second, I don't know, but all I know is that I have a bad feeling about it. Shikamaru answered. Everyone looked at him worried, then they turned their look at Naruto and Naruko. Kage stands. Minato and Kushina were scared about their daughter, while everyone was the same thought, they need to be sealed away. Then Raikage started to talk. Minato, where do you plan on sealing them? Minato looked at him, still scared a bit. Yama no Kuni. Minato said. A/N. That means land of mountains. I see. Raikage said and nodded. Then everyone turned their looks at Naruto and Naruko. Arena floor. They stood there still smiling at each other. But then Naruto looked at Sasuke and nodded. Sasuke saw this as a signal to put 3 of them in Genjutsu. Sasuke activated his EMS and whispered, "Tsukuyami." Then Sasuke, Naruto and Naruko blacked out. Everyone was worried about Sasuke and Naruko, but no one about Naruto. But when Naruto was about to black out, he said, "Demtun. Ayashio Yokusei Suru." A/N. It means suppress healing. And with that, Naruko's and Sasuke's body didn't heal. All Konoha teams and every Kages and their guards went to them in hurry, and some even with fear. When they was near them, Tsunade went to them and checked if everyone is all right. She sighed in relief when she checked Naruko and then went to Sasuke and also sighed in relief. She dragged Sasuke down and laid him beside Naruko. She then looked at Naruto with fear, knowing that she need to check him if he is okay. And when she was about to check him, Minato interrupted her. What? She asked, confused. Leave him be. We need to take them now. Minato said in serious voice. Where Yondaima-sama? Sakura asked, worried about Sasuke. To Yama no Kuni. Minato said. Why there? Sakura asked, even more worried. They will be sealed there for the rest of their life. Minato said, a bit sad, knowing that he need to seal her only daughter. Everyone was shocked besides Kages and Minma. Sakura asked, crying, why? They are threats to shinobi world. Minato said, I understand that is only that demon was sealed. Sakura said, pointing at Naruto. But why Sasuke-kin and Naruko? Like I said, that are threats. Naruto was teaching Naruko for whole month, and all of you saw how strong she is. She was that fast that even I can't track her movements. No one can. And about Sasuke, I think that Naruto said something to him when he activated that privacy seal and Sasuke chose to follow him. Minato explained. Everyone was speechless. Kakashi, Asuma, Guy. Take them, we will move immediately. Minato said. Hi. Kakashi, Asuma and Guy said, and take them on their backs. Then Minato started to move towards gates, and everyone followed him. Now they was in a trip towards Yama no Kuni. But no one spotted a person in black, cloak with red clouds that was observing whole exam and disappeared in a vortex. Somewhere in Yama no Kuni deep in mountain, they arrived in their destination. Sasuke, Naruto and Naruko sit in the middle of the big room, chains all over their arms, legs, and torso. Many chakras suppressed, seals all over their bodies. Everyone who went on that trip looked at them. Was that really necessary, Minato? Kushina asked sad. To be honest, I don't really know, but that was our only option. If there was other way, I will choose other option. Minato said sad when he looked at his daughter and son, and then all 3 opened their eyes. They started to look around and tried to move, but can't they spotted chains and seals on them. Then they turned, they look at each other, and then spotted other ninjas. So you finally awake? Minato said. What is this? Naruto said with anger. Seals that you can't heal and escape. Minato said, where are we? Sasuke asked. Sakura was about to say something, but Minato placed hand on her mouth and looked at her with look that said, "Don't say them anything." She nodded, and he take off his hand of her mouth. "That is none of your business," Minato said. Naruto's eyes changed to purple color for longer, but no one noticed that. "So you just abandoned me just like Naruto?" Naruko asked with anger. "I didn't want to do this, but because of you, three shinobi world might be in danger," Minato said sad. "Why?" Naruko asked with more anger, and her hatred towards your family and village rise faster. "Only if you didn't go with your brother, I might change my mind towards you too," Minato said, and looked at Naruko. "And for you?" He looked at Sasuke and said, "I don't know what he told you in that privacy seal, but I had feeling that you could go with him against village or whole shinobi world." Naruto's darkness emotions rise. His eyes covered hairs, and he saw that he was sitting in his own blood because of injuries that didn't heal. He saw his eyes morphed and his hairs turned whole black. "Kitsune Eternal Manjikyu Rinne Sharingan, I see. That fuzzball didn't even tell me that my eyes can be even more powerful. Sorry, Dad, but I'm second Madara." Haha. Naruto thought to himself. "Dad?" Manma said. "Yes, Minma?" Minato asked. "I think I have a other option, but this is only for Naruto," Minma said and smirked. "And what is it?" Minato asked curious. "Since he is sealed here, why don't we extract Kyuubi from here and seal it in me?" Minma smirked. Since we didn't have any Biju, we can do that," Minato said. Everyone was shocked at that. "But he will die after that," Tsunade said. "I know, and it hurts me that I need to kill my own son," Minato said. Then everyone started to hear chuckles. Everyone turned their look at Naruto, and everyone was shocked that his hair are now black. Then his chuckles turned to full evil laughing. Everyone flinched. "What's so funny, demon?" Manma said, scared a little. "You can try extract Kyuubi from me," he said, still looking down. Everyone was shocked at that comment. Minato asked in disbelief. "But I will tell you this, I'm already stronger than Kyuubi." Naruto smirked evilly. "I am possible," Kushina said, frightened. "Also, you can't extract him from me. I modified your seal, Minato, that no one have access to it, and that no one can extract him from me. If you want Kyuubi power, you need to seal me in that bitch," he said, and looked at Minma with his Kitsune eyes that was much more bloodier and darker before deactivating his Kitsune Eternal Manjikyu Rinne Sharingan. Everyone started at him in disbelief. No one wanted to hear that or accept that. "But then still, he can die because of that, and I will be free again," he said and grinned maniacally at them. "No one have that strong seal to contain me, and no one can create one. This is whole different power than Kyuubi's. Do you still want to do this?" he asked with his fox grin. Minma was about to say, but Minato placed his hand on his mouth and said, "No, I can't loosen other children. But I have a question. Why your hairs changed to black?" Minato asked. "None of your business, Yandame," Naruto said with venom that caused everyone shiver. Minato looked down knowing he lost his son for good along with his daughter. "Let's go, everyone," he said and started to leave. "Yandame," Naruto said, and Minato turned his head to him. "When I will be free." His voice turned to more evilish and demonic. "No one can save you." Minato stood there for some seconds, paralyzed from fear, but he snapped from it and started to leave again. "Let's go. I don't want to be here anymore," Minato said, and everyone nodded. Everyone then looked last time on their faces and leaves. Some minutes later, there was silence in a chamber. Naruko and Sasuke looked at Naruto, who was looking at his own blood under his legs. "Naruto?" Naruko said. He turned his head to her. "Yes? Why your hairs turned black?" Naruko asked. "It's because of my darkness inside of me. You can say that I will be there for the rest of my life. But look at your hair. Yours also turned much darker," Naruto said, looking at her hair with Sasuke. She looked at them and saw that they turned to more blood red than gold. "How much we need to wait for Itachi and that Tobi figure?" Sasuke asked, and Naruto sighed and looked down. "Maximum 5 months. But I have a feeling they can be here faster," Naruto said and smiled. "If you say so," Sasuke said. "But now what?" he asked. "We will wait, then we will introduce you to demon foxes and train you," Naruto said. "Okay," Sasuke answered, and 3 of them looked down thinking about only one thing: revenge on whole shinobi world. Cave where Naruto, Naruko, and Sasuke are sealed. 3 of them sat sealed there for 3 months. They didn't speak much in that time. Only topic was when Akatsuki come unseal them. what kind of revenge shinobi world will get, and such. How much we are here? Sasuke asked. About 3 months. Naruto said, can't we break out of these seals? You are Biju after all. Sasuke said, if I could we would break long ago from here. Even if I have unlimited chakra, these seals are pain in the ass. Now I want to take a nap. Naruto said, whatever. Sasuke said, and did the same as Naruto. Naruto's mindscape. After Naruto want to sleep, he woke up in his mindscape. What am I doing here? Naruto asked himself, confused. Hello there, Naruto, voice said behind him. Naruto followed that voice and saw old man levitated on air with horns on his head, black stave in his hands and 8 black balls under him, Rinnegan in his eyes, strange symbol on his forehead and white robe. Who are you? Naruto asked in demonic voice, showing his true form. But it was different. Now he has black 9 tails behind him instead of white and Kitsune Eternal Manjikyu Rinne Sharingan. No need to worry. You can calm down. I'm Sage of 6 Paths. But my true name is Hagoromo Akatsuki, said Hagoromo. So you do really existed? Said Naruto, returning to his human form. Yes. May I ask for your name? Hagoromo asked. Naruto no Yoko. Naruto said, I see. So Kurama died? I can't feel in his chakra anymore in this world. Hagoromo said, sad. I absorbed him. Naruto said, also sad. Why did you did this? Hagoromo narrowed his eyes. I didn't wanted that. Kurama was sealed in 3 parts. 2 parts was his chakra and 3rd part was his soul, which was sealed inside of me. When chakra and my 2 siblings. But chakra always returned to his source, so when all of his chakra returned, my body started to absorb him. And he permitted that. Naruto said, sad even more. I see. It's really sad that he left this world. Hagoromo said, yeah. But back to the topic, why are you here? Naruto asked in serious tone. This is something that concern only you. You see, you are reincarnation of my 2 sons Ashura and Indra. Hagoromo said, I see. So what about it? Naruto asked, I wanted to give you power to protect. Hagoromo said, protect what? Naruto asked with a bit of anger, knowing what Hagoromo may say next. Humans. Hagoromo said. Naruto then started to chuckle, but then his chuckles turned to full laugh. What is so funny about that? Hagoromo asked, confused. This is really a good joke from you. Naruto said, how so? Hagoromo asked, if you think I would protect those humans, then you are dead wrong. Naruto said darkly, I see. They didn't change past these years? Hagoromo said, sad. Change? Oh, they changed. But for worst. They hate everything that is different than them. Naruto said with anger, what do you mean? Hagoromo said, I will tell you my story, so probably you will understand what I mean. Naruto said, and Hagoromo nodded to him, so he can start speaking. It happened 19 years ago when Konoha was attacked by Kurama, being controlled by someone this Sharingan. My father sealed Kurama and 3 babies, his children, soul in me when chakra and my sister and my brother. After that they left with my siblings, so my parents can train them using Kurama's chakra. I was abandoned by them. Then I lived in Konoha for 13 years being ignored, hated, beaten, and so more. I could stand that, but what did final hit was something I didn't expect it may happen. I was betrayed by my so-called friends. Everyone turned their back on me. I was then sent to prison because I couldn't retrieve my friend when he deserted Konoha. I was in that prison for 6 years. 6 fucking years. But before that I met with Kurama, and then I learned that I have family after all. I didn't know that all my life. I thought that I was a boy that family didn't want and abandoned me. When I was in prison for 1 full month I was beaten, tortured, raped, and such more. Because of what? Because I didn't share with my food. Food. I was the weakest there, so they didn't think that I can fight. But that changed. I started to fight back and kill those who tried to beat me. Not all, of course. I was 13 after all. Then after 6 years, leader of Konoha came to release me along with those friend who stabbed me in my back and my family. I didn't want to forgive them, but then my sister. She was worried about me. Only one person in my life was that caring about me. In the end, I forgave her. And then 3 months ago, I forgave my other friend. He was the problem. I was sent to prison. But he also was worried about me. He begged for my forgiveness. So I forgave him. And now again, I was betrayed with my sister and that friend. His name is Uchiha Sasuke. Now we are in a chamber sealed. And this is it. That was my whole life. Only hatred. I long ago gave up on light and now I am in the darkness and always will. Naruto said, I see. I see your point here. But still I won't give you these powers. So you can protect those who are precious to you. Hagoromo said, thank you. Even after I want to destroy every shinobi in Konoha, you still want to give me power. Naruto smiled. You don't need to thank me. I only can hope you will find a light in your darkness. I will give you all knowledge about Rinnegan. Hagoromo said, and mentioned Naruto to come closer. Naruto did that, and Hagoromo shows him his two palms. On first one was white circle, and on second was black moon. Now show me your palms, Hagoromo said, and Naruto did as he said. Hagoromo touched his palms with his own. Naruto could feel power flowing in him. Now I think you should wake up. You have a company, Hagoromo said, and Naruto nodded with a smile. Real world. Naruto opened his eyes. He sensed 3 figures. You can come out? Naruto started catching Naruko's and Sasuke's attention. Itachi. Sasuke's eyes widened at that. I see you sensed us, Naruto. Itachi said, walking out from shadows with 2 other persons. One with spiral orange mask and black hairs, and second with Rinnegan, orange hairs and rods in his face and ears. I would like to talk and all, but could you take of these seals from us? Naruto smiled maniacally. Itachi nodded and went to them, taking seals from them. When he was about to unseal last person, he saw that was Sasuke. Sasuke? Itachi said in disbelief. And Nizan? It is really you? Sasuke said with tears in his eyes. Yes, it me. Itachi smiled at him and unsealed him as fast as he can. Finally, Naruto smirked darkly. Knowing his tenketsu was closed for 3 months, he unlocked them. In that moment, in all elemental nations, everyone could feel his chakra. And most people's eyes widened at that, knowing from where it is coming. They want to check this out. Meantime, in chamber, everyone was scared at that his chakra has so much hate, anger, sorrow, sadness, and such other negative emotion. His chakra has black, dark blood red, dark purple color. It's good to be back, he said, and turned his look at Itachi, Sasuke, Naruko, and other 2 persons who was on their knees because of his chakra sweating as hell. What was that? Itachi asked, scared. Sorry for that burst of chakra. My tenketsu was closed for 3 months. Naruko, you and Sasuke should do the same as I. Naruto said to them, and they nodded. They also bursted in chakra. Naruko's was blood red and dark golden color, while Sasuke was black and dark purple color. So that you 3 are here. Who are you 2? Naruto pointed at orange head man and man with orange mask. I'm known as Pain, orange headed said. And I'm Toby, orange masked said, jumping in joy. Quit act like an idiot, Uchiha, Naruto said, looking at Toby. How do you know? Toby asked, more serious. I can feel Uchiha blood in you. Naruto smirked. Now who you really are? He asked. Uchiha Madara. Toby said, tell me who you really are. Naruto said with demonic voice and sent killer intent towards Madara. What do you mean? Madara asked, a bit scared. I have Kyuubi in me. I remember all chakra signatures from Kyuubi knowledge. And you are definitely not Madara. Naruto said, irritated. Okay, you have me here. My real name is Uchiha Obito. Obito said, good to know. Naruto said, so Naruto, you and your friends made your decision? Pain asked him. Naruto looked at Naruko and Sasuke, and they nodded. Yes, we will join you. Naruto chuckled darkly. Good. Know that you are new member. I made 3 rings. Naruto, this is yours. Pain threw him a ring. Naruto looked at it and saw blood red gem in it with kanji fox. Naruto smirked and put ring on his index finger. Naruko, this is yours. Pain threw Naruko her ring and saw dark golden gem with kanji gold. Naruko smiled, and like Naruto, she also put it on her index finger. And Sasuke. Pain threw him his ring and saw black gem with gray kanji, lightning. Sasuke chuckled and put it on his middle finger. Then Pain also threw them also Akatsuki robes. Now rest a bit so we can move out, and you 3 can meet others. Pain said, sure. Naruto smirked, wrapped his arm around Naruko's shoulder, and kissed her in cheek. She blushed at that. Itachi looked at them confused, then at Sasuke. Don't ask. It's complicated. Sasuke said, okay. Itachi said slowly, Sasuke, I need to tell you something. When you had 3 years. Itachi said, what is it, Nizan? Sasuke asked, confused a bit. We have a sister in your age. Her name is Satsuki, and she is with me, Itachi said, and Sasuke looked at him in disbelief. He have sister. They have a sister. Where is she? Sasuke asked. Obito if you can? Itachi asked, and Obito nodded. After 2 seconds besides Itachi appeared Black Vortex, and from that vortex appeared 19-years-old girl with black hairs, and dressed similar to Sasuke. Sasuke blushed deeply because of her look. Why my heart is racing. Sasuke thought to himself. Nezen, where are we? She spoke with soft voice. Naruto and Naruko looked at them and smirked, seeing that Sasuke has blush on his face. We are here to release our friends and brother, Itachi said, smiling at her. Really, where is he? She asked with joy. He is right in front of you, Itachi said, pointing at Sasuke, who smiled. Hi. I am Sasuke, your brother, he said nervously. He didn't expect that Satsuki lunged at him and hugged. Nezen, she shouted. Everyone smiled at that. Soon Naruto and Naruko came to them and looked at Sasuke. Naruto smirked at that. What's that funny, dope? Sasuke asked, annoyed. Nothing. You should see your face. You look like your whole face is Sharingan but without Tomos. Naruto chuckled. Itachi actually laughed at that, and Naruko smirked. Shut up, Sasuke shouted. Oh, come on. What wrong with that? She is beautiful and all, but you don't need to be nervous, Naruto said, and smirked while Satsuki blushed. Talk about yourself, Sasuke shouted. About what? Naruto asked, confused, and hugged Naruko from behind. You and Naruko, Sasuke said, and everyone was curious except Naruto and Naruko about them. We what? Naruko also asked, confused, holding Naruto's hands that are wrapped around her waist. You also are nervous when you two are together for sure, Sasuke said, still holding Satsuki. Are we? Naruto asked. Naruko looked at her from behind. I don't think so, Foxy King. Naruko turned around, facing Naruto's face close. Foxy King? Naruto asked. Something's wrong about that? Naruko asked, and make fake sad tears that dropped from her eyes. No. I like that, Foxy Queen, he said, and leaned his forehead on hers. Foxy Queen? Naruko asked, enjoying his warm. Yes. If I am a king, then you are my queen, he said, and closed his eyes. I love you, you know, she said, ready to kiss him. Yeah, I know. And I love you too, he said, and kissed her. Everyone watched in disbelief at that scene. Then everyone looked at Sasuke. They are married. Don't ask anything else. Explaining everything is pain in the ass, Sasuke said. Everyone nodded and sweat dropped. But they are siblings, Satsuki said, now stood beside Sasuke, watching Naruto and Naruko still kissing. I don't really know about Uzumaki clan, but in some clans, even Uchiha siblings can get marriage, Itachi said. Really? Satsuki shouted and looked at Sasuke with starts in her eyes. Oh man, don't tell me. Sasuke looked at her, and Itachi, who was laughing in his mind, was praying to God for his brother and sister happiness. Sasuke, will you be my husband? Satsuki shouted. Everyone has wide eyes. Even Naruto and Naruko, who broke their kiss because of Satsuki. Sure, Sasuke said hesitantly. Yay, she shouted and lunged at Sasuke, kissing him. Everyone was shocked when suddenly some people appeared in this room, but only Naruto noticed that. Well, who we have here? Naruto said in low demonic voice, and Itachi, Pain, Obito, Sasuke, Naruko, and Satsuki looked at Naruto and turned their look at what he was looking at. Then they growled. In front of them stood Konoha ninjas. Why you three are not sealed? Minato shouted. Watch what you say, human. Naruto growled, showing his fangs, claws, and kitsune eyes. Or what? Minma shouted, arrogant. Or you all will die, Naruto said. He looked at Naruko and noticed that her hairs are no longer dark gold with blood red tips here and there, but are whole blood red. He smiled at that. He then turned his look back at Konoha ninjas. Please, like you can do anything to me now. I trained whole 3 months. I can defeat you and that demon lover of my sister along with that Uchiha bastard, Minma shouted, and every Konoha ninja cheered. You can insult me all you want? Naruto started, but then everyone was shocked besides Naruko and Sasuke. Naruto now has 9 black tails behind him, fox ears on top of his head, longer claws and fangs. But if you insult my family, Naruto said, and appeared behind Minma in blink of an eye. Everyone's eyes widened at that speed. Even Naruko and Sasuke, then you will die, He shouted and ripped Minma's arms with brutal force. He cried in pain. Minma! Minato and Kushina shouted and glared at Naruto. They saw him grinning like fox. They then looked at Naruko and saw her have blood-red hairs, also kitsune eyes but golden, blood-red fox ears on top of her head, and 2 blood-red tails behind her. He spotted that Sasuke also changed. He has his Sharingan activated. Black fox ears like Naruto, and 1 black fox tails behind him. Everyone looked at them in shock and fear. What are you monsters? Sakura shouted and crying, looking at Sasuke, knowing he is no longer human. Naruto then appeared between Sasuke and Naruko and smirked with them. We are new clan. Naruto started. Where we won't betray our family, Sasuke said in demonic voice. The clan of demon foxes, Naruko said in demonic voice, glaring at her former family and seeing them crying for her. She didn't care about them anymore. They had their chance. And as for you name, we are Clan no Yoko, Naruto said in even more demonic voice, causing everyone flinch. He then turned to Obito. Let's go. I don't want to kill them. Yet, Naruto said, and Obito nodded. Akatsuki members started to disappear in a vortex, but before they vanished, Naruto looked at Minato. Better prepare. Naruto said. FFF for what? Minato asked, scared. For war, he shouted and started laughing. His laugh was that evil that some of Konoha shinobi started to pray to God to save them. His laugh echoed for some time after he and Akatsuki members vanished. Minato then realized something and looked at Minma, who was near death. Minma! He rushed to him. It took him bridal style. Everyone to the village and inform every nation what happened and what may happen. Now! He shouted and used Hiraishin to the Konoha hospital along with Kushina and Tsunade. Tsunade started to work on Minma. Sadly, he was still alive but without arms. Tsunade said that she will try to implant arms created from Hashirama cells. Akatsuki hideout. Everyone from Akatsuki was in their hideout. Why Leader Sama summoned all of us here? Kisame asked. I don't know, but this need to be important if he summoned us to hideout. Sasori said. Better if this is important we run out of money. Kakuzu said, counting money. Can you shut up? Only money and money. Can you think about something else besides money? Haiden yelled at his partner. Shut up, Haiden. Let me count or I will kill you. Kakuzu said, pissed. Like hell you can. Haiden yelled. Then in front of them 7 people appeared in vortex. There stood Itachi, Obito no as Tobi and Akatsuki, Pain, Naruto, Naruko, Sasuke and Satsuki. Everyone is here? Pain asked and looked around. Good. So Leader Sama, what is this meeting about? And who are those for? Sasori asked. This is why I called this meeting. Pain said, and everyone was confused from Akatsuki. We are here to welcome those 4 in Akatsuki. What? Haiden asked, pissed. What? You have a problem? Pain asked. Yes. Why those brats are in Akatsuki? I bet they are weak as fuck. Haiden yelled but then was sent to ground, breathing heavily. What the fuck? He asked, scared. Watch your mouth, stupid human. Naruto said in demonic voice, and with his kitsune eyes activated, sending his killer intent towards Haiden. Now you understand? Pain asked Haiden. Why wise? Haiden said, still scared. Now, will you introduce yourselves? Pain said, looking at Naruto, who stopped killer intent, but still with his kitsune eyes activated. My name is Naruto no Yoko. Former shinobi from Konoha, Naruto said. My Naruko no Yoko. Also former shinobi from Konoha. Naruko said. Sasuke no Yoko, but I am also Uchiha. And I am too from Konoha, Sasuke said. Satsuki Uchiha, sister of Sasuke. I left Konoha in age of 3. Satsuki said. I will go next. Hoshigaki Kisame, former member of 7 ninja swordsmen in the mist. Kisame said, grinning. Sasori of the Red Sand. Former shinobi from Sunna. Sasori said. Deidara from IWA. Art is an explosion agent. Deidara said. Kakuzu, former shinobi from Taki. Kakuzu said. I'm Haiden, former shinobi from you. Haiden said, still scared of Naruto. I'm Zetsu. White Zetsu said. And I'm Conan. Conan said. Now that everyone introduced themselves, I think this meeting are done. You can go and do what you want. Pain said, and everyone started to leave. Remaining people are Itachi, Obito, Conan, Pain, Naruto, Naruko, Sasuke and Satsuki. Pain-sama? Satsuki said a little scared. Yes, when I will get my ring? She asked. Ah, right. Here. He threw her ring with silver gem and kanji eyes on it. She smiled and put it on her index finger. Naruto, can I ask you something? Pain said. Sure, he said with fox grin. What was that all about in ceiling chamber, those fox stuff? Fox demons and such? Pain asked. I will tell you, but this what I am about to told you 5 is between us. He said looking at Pain, Konan, Itachi, Obito, and Satsuki. They nodded. As you all know, I was sent to blood prison 6 years ago. Naruto said, and everyone nodded. Before that I learned from Kyuubi that his chakra was returning to him from my siblings. 6 years later, when Konoha come to blood prison to release me, I was forced to my mind by him. He told me that his chakra returned to him in 100% and my body started to absorb him. That time Kyuubi known as Kurama, it's his real name, died, and in the same time was born second Kyuubi no Yoko. And as you can guess, it's me. Everyone was shocked besides Naruko and Sasuke. Now I will tell you why Naruko and Sasuke are demon foxes. Naruto said, and they nodded. Naruko became demon fox before last part of exams. It's because of my blood which I gave her some. She wanted to know truth about me, so I made memory seal that needed blood to be completed. That time she became demon fox. And about Sasuke, it was right after our round when we sunshined somewhere in the forest. He also have that seal. Then made event made our own clan known as no Yoko. Naruto said, and they are more shocked. Can you tell us what that seal can do? Itachi asked, worried about Sasuke. You don't need to worry, Itachi. That seal is only protection for those who want to enter minds and search our memories for something important. Naruto said, and Itachi sighed in relief. Also, Itachi, do you still have that disease? Naruto asked. That shocked Itachi and also Sasuke and Satsuki. In Nizan, you are sick? Satsuki asked with tears in her eyes. Yes. It's deadly disease. In this world isn't cure for me. Itachi said sad. Satsuki started to cry. She leaned on Sasuke's shoulder. Sasuke was shocked his brother is going to die. Itachi, come here. Naruto said, and Itachi did as he said. He stood in front of Naruto. Close your eyes. Itachi closed his eyes. He then could feel someone touched his head, and then he heard something coming from Naruto's mouth. Demton. Mugen no Ayashi, A/N. That means infinite healing. Now open your eyes. Itachi opened them, and he feel much better. How do you feel? Naruto asked. Gee, good. Very good. If I may ask, what did you do? Itachi asked. I healed you. You no longer have your disease. Naruto said and smiled at him. That shocked everyone. You are kidding, right? Itachi asked in disbelief. No. Also, Pain, I have a question. Naruto said and looked at Pain. What is it? Pain asked. Why are you hiding behind this body? Naruto asked. What? How? Pain asked shocked. I can see chakra coming from that body and other 5 towards the real you. Naruto said. 2C. I can't move. My chakra coils are damaged. Pain said. Also call me Nagato, but if we are in front of other members, call me Leader-sama or Pain-sama. He said. Right. But if you want, I can heal your coils and then you can walk again. Naruto said, shocking Konan and Nagato. Are really? Nagato asked with hope. Yes. Naruto answered. You know where I am then? Nagato said. Naruto nodded and sunshine to Nagato. With Nagato, Naruto appeared in front of Nagato. So this is real you. Are you Uzumaki? Naruto asked. Yes. Nagato said, why you ask? He asked. My sister is Uzumaki. I also am, but I abandoned that name after I was sent to blood prison. Naruto said. I see. So how will you help me? Nagato asked. Same thing I did to Itachi. Naruto said and went towards Nagato and touched his head and said, Demton. Mugen no Ayashi. Now I will pull out these rods from your back. Naruto said and Nagato nodded with hesitation. Naruto began pulling them out, and after that he healed his back. Nagato then started to feel that he can feel his legs, so he walked out from his machine and started to walk. He smiled. Then he went across a mirror and saw that he is young again. He looked at Naruto and said, thank you. You welcome. Naruto said, let's go to others. Naruto said and Nagato nodded. They sunshined to others. With everyone, there was silence from when Naruto sunshined to Nagato. And after some minutes he again appeared, but with someone with red hair and Rinnegan in his eyes. Conan started to cry. Nagato, it is really you, she asked. Yes, Conan. It's me. Nagato said, smiling. So what now? Naruto asked. Everyone looked at him confused. What's the Akatsuki plan? Two don't know. I know we can't steal Kyuubi from you, but we already have every other Biju. Obito, what's the plan? Nagato asked, looking at Obito. I don't know. We wanted to create Jubi, and then ultimate Genjutsu, Mugen Tsukuyami. Obito said, I see. If you will have any plan what to do, tell us. Naruto said, I know. Don't worry. Nagato said, also I want to leave for 1 year with them to train. Naruto said and pointed at Naruko, Sasuke, and Satsuki. Do as you wish. But how then we will send you a message? Nagato asked. Here. Naruto threw him some scroll. Unseal it, and my summon will appear. Tell him what's wrong and I will get the message. Naruto said, and Nagato nodded. Then Naruto turned to Naruko, Sasuke, and Satsuki. Let's go, he said, and they nodded. Outside Akatsuki hideout. They walk out from Akatsuki hideout and Naruto suddenly stopped. What's wrong, Naruto? Naruko asked. Sasuke, you need to give Satsuki your blood, the same way I gave you. Naruto said, looking at Sasuke and Satsuki. Sasuke looked at Satsuki. He saw her confused. You know I can't do that if she don't want it. Sasuke said, what is this all about? Satsuki asked and looked at Sasuke. There where we want to train is world where demon foxes lives. And if you want to go with us, you need to become one of us. Naruto said, if you don't want it you can stay with Itachi-san. Sasuke said with smile, I want to go with you. Satsuki shouted. Sasuke was shocked a bit. Also Satsuki. Naruto said, and she looked at him. If male demon fox give female, she became his mate for rest of life. Also there is something else I didn't tell any of you, he said, and everyone looked at him. To be honest, I don't know if I told you this, but I will tell you this again. If someone who isn't or wasn't demon fox, person who drink demon fox blood became immortal. Naruto said, and everyone is shocked. You are telling us now about this? Sasuke shouted. So that means we can't die? Naruko asked. It's not that we can't die. Other story since I'm Biju. You simply can't die from age. But you can die from fatal wounds. Naruto said. Great. Sasuke said. You still want to do this, Satsuki? Naruto asked, and everyone looked at her. Yes. I want to be with Sasuke, she shouted. Sasuke and Naruko was shocked while Naruto smirked. Okay, let's start. Sasuke, you know what to do. I will place a seal on her, and you will give her your blood. This will be something similar what was in you two minds where I'm guardian. But Satsuki's guardian will be Sasuke because he will give her blood. Naruto said, and they started doing seal. Naruto started to do demon hand signs and said, Dim Tun. Mimir Fudashiru. Sasuke, give her your blood. Naruto said. Sasuke cut his finger, and she sipped a bit. Then she blacked out. Satsuki mindscape. She woke up in the middle of clearing. She looked around and saw grass and many type of flowers. Then voice behind her spoke. Hello, Satsuki. She looked behind and saw Sasuke. Sasuke? She asked. Yes. It's me, and before you ask, we are in your mind. As Naruto said, I'm guardian of your memories. No one can enter your mind without your permission. If someone will try to look at your memories, he or she will be eliminated. Sasuke said. Eliminated? Satsuki asked in disbelief. Yes. Come here now, I will give you my memories. Sasuke said, and she did as he said. He touched her head. She dropped to the ground and started to hiss from pain. After some seconds, pain stopped. She looked at him with tears. I don't need your apologize. Now wake up, they are waiting for you. Sasuke said and smiled at her. Real world. Satsuki sit up and started to look around. She saw every option waiting for her. Now that you are awake, let's go to Fox Realm. He turned around and bit his finger and said, Kuchiyos no Jutsu. In a puff of some black fox with 3 tails appeared. Hello, Hachi. You sure grow up? Naruto said and smiled at his friend. Hello, Naruto. Why you didn't summon us for 3 normal months? Hachi asked. I and my friends here were sealed. Yondaime sealed us because we are too powerful. Naruto said with venom when he said Yondaime. Hachi looked around and spotted Naruko. Hello, Narukoheim. Hachi said. Hachi, how many times I have to tell you Kami Naruko? I don't like formalities. Naruko said. Hi. Hachi said, and then looked at Sasuke and Satsuki. He growled. What Uchihas are doing here, Naruto? He asked. As I said, they are my friends. That duckbutt is Sasuke I told all of you about, and besides him is his sister Satsuki. You can tell they are one of us now, Naruto said and closed his eyes. Are you stupid or something? After all he did to you, you forgave him? Hachi asked, and Naruto nodded. This will be pain in the ass with rest. Let's go, Hachi said, and everyone nodded. He did some hand signs and said, Gyaka Kuchios no Jutsu. They puffed in black smoke. Fox Realm, Naruto, Naruko, Sasuke, Satsuki and Hachi appeared in a clearing besides lake and wooden hut. It's good to be at home, Naruto said, and he felt as someone hugged him behind. He looked behind and saw Naruko hugging him. He kissed her head. Let's go. Hachi, go tell elders that I need to talk with them in that situation, Naruto said. Hachi nodded and went to Fox's. They went on bridge besides lake and sat there for some minutes. Then elders appeared. You wanted us, Naruto? Snow asked. Naruto looked behind and saw Frost and Snow. Yes, I need to tell you everything what happened from when we left Fox Realm and went to exams, Naruto said, and Snow with Frost nodded. Naruto told them everything. Their fights, about Sasuke which angered elders, but they get over with that knowing Naruto knew what he is doing, and how they were sealed and where they were before they summoned Hachi. I see. So they are our family also? Snow asked and looked at Sasuke and Satsuki. Sasuke was worried about himself. What if they told me to get out of here? What if they won't treat me as family? Sasuke thoughts. Naruto nodded. Sasuke Uchiha, Snow said, and he looked at him. Satsuki Uchiha, Snow said, and she also looked at him. Welcome to our family, Snow said, and Sasuke and Satsuki looked at Naruto, who was smirking at them. Then Sasuke started to cry. Thank you, Snow-sama, Sasuke said, bowing and crying from happiness. You don't need to cry, Sasuke. We all know about your sins towards Naruto. But if he forgave you, why won't we also? Frost said. Okay, that's enough. Snow. Frost, if you two can, will you be able to come tomorrow? I want you two to train them in Fox Sage mode, Naruto said, and they nodded. Good. Now I also want someone with lightning affinities. Someone like Taki. And someone with fire affinities. Snow nodded along with Frost. Okay, we will come about 10 a.m. But how long you will be here? Snow asked. 3 years here, where 1 year on Earth, Naruto said, and Snow nodded. Better rest, Sasuke, Satsuki, Frost said, and she and Snow went to tell everybody what happened. You think they will accept me? Sasuke asked and looked at Naruto. If elders, me and Naruko, said you are family, then others need to accept that, Naruto said. And what do you mean we will be here 3 years when you told Nagato we will be gone for 1 year? Sasuke asked. This realm time flows slower than on Earth. 3 times slower. 1 day on Earth is 3 days here, Naruto said. Sasuke and Satsuki was looking at him with awe. Now let's go rest. We need to train harder if we want to go for revenge on Shinobi World, Naruto said with maniac smile. Everyone nodded, and they went to Naruto's and Naruko's house. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed exploring this what if with me. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more videos like this. Your support truly makes a difference, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Until next time, take care and stay tuned for more.